ontogeny.
Let's see, did that do it? Can you see or hear me right now, chat? Let me know. Yeah, alright. Well, hello, and welcome back to Paleontologizing, everybody. It's good to have you here. It is too hot outside, and it's the weekend. Paleontologists don't really get weekends, do we? Not when we're out in the field. I'm glad you could join us. Welcome to Paleontologizing. My name is Danny Anduza. I'm a dinosaur paleontologist. You probably know already that a paleontologist is a scientist who studies fossils. I work on dinosaur fossils in particular, and that's what's brought me to eastern Utah, out here kind of near the town of Moab. And we're digging up what very well could be some new iguanodontians, a new species of ornithopod dinosaur. And we might even have a new species of meat-eating dinosaur that'll come out of this quarry if we're really, really lucky. But yeah. On this channel, I talk about fossil science and strive to show rather than tell whenever I can. So, welcome to a real-life, live dinosaur dig. Yeah. And let's see. Welcome SB, Avalon Angels, Trixmont, DD Alex, Lordy. How you doing, Lordy? Welcome. Sandwich Nom Nom, Art Young Might, Dinosaur Dave, Jandra Loon, Marzawitsky, Delanero. How are you doing, everybody? It's great to have you here. Yeah, we've got a pretty small crew today. There's just going to be the 5 of us in the quarry for the next bit until Phil comes back, probably. Jim is off doing some stuff on the Mancos Shale today. We had a visitor to camp last night, and Jim and him have gone out to go look at some rocks way off over there toward Colorado. So they're looking at the Mancos Shale, I think. I think they're in the Mancos today, which are some marine beds where you've got fishes and ammonites and mosasaurs and plesiosaurs and all kinds of cool stuff. So they're out there doing that. Anyway, we are here in the quarry continuing to dig, and we're getting some of these bones out, which is good for. Anyway, let me know if you've got any questions, everybody, and let's go over there. Yeah. Alright. I don't normally stream on the weekends during the rest of the year, but we don't really have weekends out here. So here we go. Get under the shade tarp before my equipment overheats. Alright. Hey everybody. Hi. Ken is back with us, drove all the way from Colorado. It's good to have him here. Fisher and Ethan and Justin. Yeah. And my camera is... There we go, that's better. Yeah, Justin and I are going to try and get this thing flipped, so I think let's continue on that. And yeah, if anybody's got any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Anyway, good stuff. Cerebellums are younger dinosaur bones in better condition, or does it just depend on the soil/location? A lot of it depends on, on the lithology and the preservation. But maybe generally speaking, the younger the bones are, the better preserved they are. All other things being equal, yeah. Which we're about halfway through the age of dinosaurs here in the earliest Cretaceous. So we don't necessarily have the best preservation with some of these. But certainly better than what? Like the Chinle Formation, Triassic. That's...
These ones over here aren't bad, though.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think it's more like depositional.
Yeah, depositional environment and...
It's
How
often
long
the case,
were
but
they
it's not
sitting
always
in
the
the
case.
swamp?
Like there are rocks older than this that have better preserved bone, and
That's
rocks
true.
younger than this that have worse.
Yeah, there's a lot of really nice Permian stuff.
Very situational.
South Africa, yeah. Actually, yeah, I wonder if all other things being equal, the older it is, the...
It's probably more likely to be better.
Yeah, probably.
But
At least in the sense that, like, if you bring Pleistocene stuff into the equation, like, a lot of that stuff isn't even permineralized yet, and it might be really beautifully preserved. Subfossils and stuff. Alright, let's set this down over here. There we are, that should be a good enough view, I think. Yeah. And will you jack it after the flip? You bet, Cactus. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, you meant teen dinos versus adult dinos.
I mean, juvenile bones are smaller.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably not much of a difference there, I suppose. Yeah.
There's also like suturing and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. I guess to a certain extent, but that's a pretty poor indicator of maturity from what I understand.
well, really young dinosaurs are very rarely found.
Yeah.
But because they're really small, it's easy for them to get totally preserved if you do find them.
Sure. Yeah, if you throw in articulation and stuff, yeah. All those dinosaurs from Liaoning in the Yixian Formation. Where did I put my hammer?
Is this one yours, Danny?
A little 12-ounce chisel edge? No. There it is. It's by my glasses. Crummy field sunglasses. Yeah. Yeah,
Good
so...
times roll.
What's that?
Let the good times roll.
Yes, indeed.
Let them roll.
Yeah, so right now, chat, Justin and I are working on this. We've got to, continue to cut this down so we can flip this thing without everything spilling out from the bottom. Yeah.
So what do we do? We're going to want to flip it along
That way,
the long
yeah.
axis.
Which means that I'm going to want to make this part deeper so it's got like a recess to fall down into.
And keep getting this so I can undercut it over there.
Yeah. It's going to take a while. The rock here is
It's a little,
not the easiest.
it's a little not soft.
Yeah.
It's not wanting to just fall apart.
Player says there's something pleasing about hearing all the tapping while working. Well, good.
Tap, tap. Tippy, tippy, tap.
That's why we do it.
It's a cathartic experience. Breaking stuff for science. It's always fun to break stuff. Especially when you're supposed to.
Yeah, productive destruction. Do you know where this nail in particular is supposed to go? I know it comes from right here.
It's
but
right on the edge of the jacket somewhere.
on the edge of the jacket. For a nail hole.
The part it was in may have been taken down already.
Uh-huh. Shove it under there for now.
After we mapped it in.
Yeah.
Is the mapping sheet already out?
It's over there under my tool bag.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Glad you have shade. Me too, Sarah Blam. Holy cow. Yeah.
Can I get that glue back?
It's a little sunny out here.
You can cut it.
Yeah, and we've got Crack of Doom running right along this axis.
It's always sunny in Dolan's Bowl. Oh, what's this guy?
It's like Denver Fowler always used to say, dinosaurs never die in the shade. Oh, yeah.
Lots of moths.
Huh.
I think that's a small
Little
moth.
shell casing or wing casing on it? Oh no, wing casing would be on a beetle.
Yeah, I think it's a moth. Yeah.
Nice.
He's pretending to be dead.
A beetle.
Beetles.
53 east, yeah?
Yeah. Slow
Cool.
moth.
Oh,
Yeah.
there it goes.
I didn't see where it's from.
It's pretending to be dead very convincingly. There'll be a name for that, like in zoology.
Playing dead.
Playing dead, yeah.
Cadaverous. Cadavipsis.
Thanatocrypsis.
Adaptive
Cadavcrypsis.
necros.
Necromimicry?
Necromimicry.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
Thanatocrypsis kind of seems like the right term.
Yeah. Tonic immobility. There you go, Murph. Yeah. And hello to you too, Lee G. Good to have you here. Thanatosis? Is that right, Dinosaur Dave?
Thanatosis? That sounds right. I mean, gotta have the death part in there.
Death feigning. That actually... That sounds familiar when I was reading about opossums.
The populace inside of that
Death
Yeah.
feign.
glued out like that. So
Hognose snakes
That's
death
what you
feign
would-
very dramatically. It's
Oh, do they?
hilarious.
Do they also secrete a smelly liquid like garter snakes do?
Yeah, most colubrids do. And elapids as well.
Uh-huh.
Actually, I think most snakes just
Yeah.
musk.
And out of the potato, that's definitely true, yeah. Yeah. I mean, shoot, the biggest factor in how well a fossil is preserved is what's the preservational environment and how well preserved is it.
How many sauropods stepped on it?
There you go, yeah. But I struggle to think of any like Triassic dinosaurs that are just... Well, I guess Ghost Ranch has got some really...
It's true. Ghost Ranch has some beautiful coelophysis.
Yeah, some really nice preservation. But a lot of the stuff from the Chinley is like really scrappy. Or not scrappy, but just scrungy. You know?
Not super pretty.
Yeah.
Ghost Ranch isn't Chinley, is it?
It is.
Is it Chinley?
Yeah. But we had a lot of like non-Ghost Ranch Chinley material at UCMP, and a lot of it was pretty scrungy. Anyway, Soviet Kazakh wants to know: are there any live animals out there?
Bugs.
There's 5 paleontologists.
you can reposition the system
Yeah.
when it comes out.
Seen a few different wasp species.
The big ol' Sphinx moth earlier.
Sphinx moth. There's a couple Sphinx moths earlier.
Yeah.
There's a couple. One nearly tarantula hawk-sized spider wasp, and a slightly smaller one. 2 different species.
Nice.
The really big one was blue with black wings, and then there was one that had. We've seen the orange abdomen one before. I saw a little velvet ant crawling around.
Was it the one that was sticking its abdomen
Yep.
up in the air?
Yep.
Okay.
Which are not ants, they are wingless wasps. Only the females are wingless. Males look like normal male wasps.
Interesting. Anyway, so yeah, got lots of inverts and very few vertebrates. We've got a few lizards. I saw a bat last night, or the night before.
Couple birds here and there.
Yeah, very few birds. It's like shockingly few. There was some kind of little passerine bird that flew through camp this morning.
They know we're
Right.
disturbing the bones of the ancestors. The birds fear us. They fear we may disturb their bones as we disturb their ancestors.
Not a desert eagle. Hello, kitty cat. Hello, kitty scat. That'd be cool though.
Red-tailed hawks kind of count.
Are they? Let's see.
They're beauty oaks.
Yeah.
They're closer to eagles than falcons are.
Falcons are like closer.
Falcons are parrots, basically.
Yeah.
Pretty good. At least they're all accipiters. Some scorpions hiding under pillows. Not a lot of spiders, though.
Yeah. Do I know of a specific dinosaur found in the UK? League 1977-44?
Several.
No, it's not like dinosaur paleontology got its start in the UK or anything. Certainly not. The first dinosaur ever named, Megalosaurus, is from the UK.
From the second.
Stonesfield, I think? Near
Near Oxford.
Yeah, it is near Oxford, yeah.
It's in Oxford now, right?
The
actual specimen.
I emailed the Oxford Museum of Natural History to get the files to print that Megalosaurus dennary. The one that I gave you a copy of, Ethan?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're really cool about it.
Baryonyx is UK as well.
Yep. Baryonyx, Guanodon, Scelidosaurus.
Pipsilophodon, Hylaeosaurus, Coelosaurus, Baryonyx.
It's a Tyrannosauroid?
Or is it
Oh,
Proceratosaurus?
That as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Got a few dinosaurs from the UK.
Neovenator.
Yeah. Eustreptospondylus.
And if you want to expand past dinosaurs, go to other fossil taxa.
Oh yeah,
You
sure.
got all kinds of fun marine reptiles. And stuff.
Coelacanthus.
Yeah. Are there Ankylosaur?
Dacenturus. Yeah, Stegosaurus.
Sylvestrosaurus or
Silvosaurus.
Silvosaurus, yeah. Is that from the UK? Is that from like Germany?
I don't remember.
Huh.
Yep.
Yeah. Feral Terminator, how are you doing? Welcome back. Good to see you.
If you're watching the stream, Dad, you're allowed to comment.
Yeah. And thank you, League. They say check out the Terrible Lizards podcast.
Oh, that's a good one.
I've never listened to it before, but I've heard about it. Hello Kitty Scat says there's an old Egyptian myth. The scorpion takes down the hunter. Yeah, it's like, isn't that kind of a riddle where there's like a scorpion and a river and a frog and like a fox and a bag of grain? And it's like, you put some of the grain on the back of the fox and then you gotta get it across without the chicken eating the grain. But like you put the scorpion there to keep the chicken, something like that.
Well, all my chickens are ruthless. They tear a scorpion apart.
Chickens can be surprisingly ravaging. I've seen video of a chicken just like swallowing a mouse head first. The mouse is alive and it's just gulping it down.
They're crazy. I wouldn't put that past my chickens.
Yeah. Oh, hey.
Hi.
I'm with Moab BLM. I was just coming to check
Oh,
on
cool.
you.
Oh, awesome. Hey, how you doing?
Or just out of self-interest. See what you guys are doing over here.
Cool. Yeah.
Surviving in the 106 degrees.
Yeah, trying to. We've actually got a live stream going right now.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. No, welcome. Welcome to the quarry. Yeah. Ethan's our head of things right now, so yeah.
Nice.
How's it going? What's your name?
Sarah Kelly.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Can I come in here?
Yeah, let me show you around.
Sweet.
Let me show you all these bones we're looting. So,
Wow.
yeah, this is
Got a visit
the
from the
main
Bureau of Land
courtyard
Management right now. Pretty cool.
And I'll go from left to right.
Quick. Hide the bones.
Here, we have a dino rib there.
Do you care if I take pictures?
Oh, okay. Sure, yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
Tis your job, girl.
And just be like,
Yo, check it. Here's some other mystery bones, big orange thing.
do they fit together?
Hard to say. There's a lot of individual animals in this quarry. It's hard to say before they're all cleaned up in the lab to which bone's good for which individual and that kind of thing. But so here, this is a big bone right here. Black one. Part of it's covered. Yeah, that's how we get it out of the ground. So we want to take it out with rock around it because if we totally removed all the rock from the field, it would break. So we like cover one part of it with plastic with some rock, and then once that's done, we break it, flip it over, and cover the other part with rock.
Let's see.
Exactly. Especially because it might be a few years before we get to cleaning these. We want to just save them safe.
Cool. I talked to Phil first. He said these possibly might be oldest Cretaceous.
Yeah, they're about there. They're like barely younger than.
North America.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Barely younger than like Allosaurus and Stegosaurus, but like almost twice as old as like T-Rex. Yeah, here's another big honkin' limb bone. Here.
Is this just a cycle pretty much?
Yeah, this is I think the 15th season here. 15th year. And then this looks like another limb bone. So these actually aren't connected. So this is the edge of this one. And then this is another element right next to it. Not sure what it is. And then here we have a mystery bone.
But this looks like teeth.
Yeah, it vaguely looked like a jaw bone.
So
but
we had another
we should
question
have 2
here.
seconds to
Oh,
see if it is.
Yeah.
Eternal Twilight. Well, how are you doing? Welcome to Paleontologizing.
Well, we're waiting to do
Over here,
I
like,
think everyone.
Oh, and Soapwell Film says, are all modern birds likely descended from one dinosaur ancestor,
Yeah,
then
same
spread? Or do they evolve from a variety of dinosaurs? It's a
Yeah, here's another
fantastic
bone.
question. Seems like one
Like, it's
ancestor.
partially covered in.
So birds come from
yeah.
but it's
one
not
single
bone.
point of ancestry, some species of,
Nice treasure.
you know, feathered theropod, and then they just
Here's a big
diversified
limb
from
bone.
there. Sometime in like
Mystery
the
bone.
middle or late Jurassic period. We're still
Rib.
trying to figure that out, I guess.
Mystery
Plus the
bone,
record gets
maybe a
pretty
vertebrate.
spotty back that
Rib and
far
maybe a
time.
skull bone,
Back
huh?
that
There.
far
Right
in
there.
time.
What did you say? The street one over here?
Yeah.
This one, we don't know what these two are. This one looks really weird. We really don't know what it is.
No, I'm just trying to like train my eyes from rock
Sure.
and
That's actually the stain, I think. Oh no, there is bone on the end of that. Yeah. Yeah, this core is really hard to tell the difference between the rock and the bone because it's so similar here. And then under those two over there, they're working on a big rib that's like
Yeah.
halfway jacketed, halfway plaster band.
So we're trying to get ready to flip this today, hopefully.
Oh, wow.
And then
What time
jacket
do
the other
y'all,
side.
do y'all just get up and start at like 8 in the morning, or is it kind of...
Basically,
Let's try to get to the quarry by like 8 or 9, yeah? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been stuck in the office all day and I'm like, I'm gonna go check on these guys.
Good excuse.
Nice.
But it's more just for me to come see what you guys are doing.
Yeah. Well, you're welcome to hang out, look at anything, or ask me a question. Or there's a lot of fun fossils. There's actually a bunch of fossils poking out of the wash around here. Big limb bones coming out that we
Yeah.
haven't collected yet.
People who have trained eyes can like tell.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just like, oh.
Yeah. I guess it's bone.
Yeah. No, I was always told you like it and put your tongue on it. It's porous. I know
This is
y'all
true.
are all gonna laugh at
In the
that.
Morrison, the bone's pretty radioactive, so
Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes it's fun to take those ones.
Maybe just see if it glows or not.
Yeah, see if it makes you glow or not.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, y'all run into any trouble or anything out here, or y'all pretty much by yourself?
We haven't seen a single other person come into this valley, have we?
Yeah, who's not with us.
We've
Yeah.
been here since the 18th of July.
Yeah. Is
Yeah.
the car? There's a car parked down the
Oh, that's
way.
me.
Okay, I just
Yeah.
want to make sure before I'm like, hey, is this like a stolen, abandoned car? Because people,
Please don't
this is
tell
like
us.
the area that
Yeah,
people dump cars. I was pretty sure it was you.
I made it out last weekend, but I didn't make it up the hill this time.
Oh,
so-
I put 2 and 2 together when I came around. I was like, oh, I know why it's parked here. But just wanted to double check, make
Yeah.
sure that wasn't somebody
that,
just
yeah.
dumped it there. Well, do you guys need anything while you're out here? Or y'all
Ice cream.
Ice
Ice
cream would be
cream.
good.
to have good
Airdrop some ice
machines?
cream in would be good.
If you make it to Cisco,
Yeah.
Gene will hook you up.
Sick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that where the
Yeah.
station is?
I'm in Westwater, so about an hour from here.
Oh, wow.
Like exit 221.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
But I'm a river ranger that runs the Westwater Canyon section.
Sweet.
And then
Oh,
we just
cool.
monitor all the desert around here.
Nice.
We never come out to Yellow Cap, but I was like, kind of just want to see what's going on.
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
see arches on the way in from the
Yeah.
back.
Right there on the horizon. Very nice.
We did have a little bit of vandalism actually, but I'm sure the PIs will put that in their report.
Oh,
I
like
can
this
show you
side?
if you're interested.
Sure.
Just like
Yeah.
a couple of hundred yards from here.
Let's see.
So,
Questions. Let's see. Is there a best dinosaur movie? Wants to know. Muso. Jurassic Park is
Yeah, I
is
mean-
pretty high on the list for sure.
I say I'm partial to that.
It's hard to beat. Yeah. Yeah. And Recreational Cephalopod says, how nice to have someone check in who's so genuinely interested. Are you talking about yourself, Recreational Cephalopod? Welcome. Yeah. No, she's, with the Bureau of Land Management. She seems really cool. Yeah. And Hot Mess Mama Wonka says, my 9-year-old son Maverick wants to know what you found before and if you can show him a bone. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
He's got a whole bunch of bones over
Howdy,
there.
Maverick. How you doing? It's good to have you here. Yeah. Let's see here. We've got a bunch of bones over there, like Justin was saying.
This one's kind of hard to see right now.
Yeah, this one's underneath a plaster jacket.
I mean, that's a little...
There's a little chunk of bone right there, a little bone bean. But let me show you something a little bit more impressive. Go over here. And there we are, bones galore. Here's one kind of hiding a little bit under this layer of separator, but this is going to be a limb bone of a dinosaur. Here's another big limb bone, oops, right here. There we go. This could be the head of a rib, or it still looks like a rib head to me right here. This. But yeah, there we go. Another big limb bone over there. Yeah, got a lot of stuff coming out. And Fisher, do we have a better idea what this might be at this point?
No, we're still pretty unsure about that.
Strange.
But I
Yeah.
think we're pretty certain that this guy going up underneath it is a long
Uh-huh.
bone of some sort.
Right.
Like a tib or something like that.
Yeah. So see, we're working in this pretty blocky mudstone, representing like a swampy kind of environment. And there you go. Yeah, there's some little organic-y bits, little bits of swamp crud. And these rocks, 140 million years old. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Yeah. Cool stuff, right? Yeah. Do we know what this dinosaur is yet? Yeah, so this is going to be some kind of iguanodont. Not too dissimilar from, like, iguanodon, or iguana colossus is actually its closer relative, probably. Yeah. So I have the informational sheets up there, otherwise I would show you. But anyway, a dinosaur like iguanodon, you know? If you're at all familiar with iguanodon. And here's Phil with the cold water. Nice.
See the ice?
Yeah.
103. Oh, the ice just melted. Just
Oh,
melted.
shoot.
It's ice cold.
Awesome. Let me refill my water bottle.
I need some of that.
Yeah. Okay. Sprung a bit of a leak there.
Yeah, it's defective. Chinese plastic. I mean, could be.
This is great. Thank you, Phil.
You're welcome, Danny. Medusa. Is that lady Sarah from the Beyond coming here?
Huh?
The lady from the Beyond.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Come in.
Yeah.
Ethan's showing her.
Around.
Yeah, that.
All right.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Let's see. We got a question.
I think so.
Brick Lane has got a great question. They say, what can a member of the public do if they found a bone or something of that nature?
Go to a
Is there an organization that can drop it off or alert people like you guys? Don't pick it up if you can help it.
Get the GPS coordinates.
Yeah, get the GPS coordinates, take some good photos, and then contact.
Go to a museum.
Yeah, contact a local paleontologist or the Bureau of Land Management in your area if it's on federal land.
Or go to a museum.
Yes, Phil, I'm getting to that. Yeah. When I've worked at various museums, that's one of the things that I did, is we'd get called up to the front desk where like a member of the public would have a picture of a bone, or sometimes they'd actually bring the actual bone. Usually it's just like a cow bone or a bison bone or something like that. Bones of a deer, but sometimes it would be really important stuff. There have been a number of really important dinosaur fossils, dinosaur species or genera discovered because members of the public contacted a paleontologist or contacted their local Bureau of Land Management office to ask about something. And sometimes those people get animals named after them, you know? So yeah.
I haven't used it in a while, so I would ask Danny because he's using more.
Danny, do we have an open gypsona? Or do I have to get a new one?
You have to get a new one, yeah.
This should be in the box.
I used that whole one.
There's a partial ones in the box.
In the action pack over there, there's a bunch of them. I think we've used all the partial ones so far. Yeah.
A lot of production.
Yeah.
Box.
Oh, it does. Lovely.
Yeah.
All right. Nice. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Iguanodon. Gonna offer you a dig you can't refuse. There you go, Brick Lane. Yeah. But yeah, the name Iguanodon means iguana tooth because that was back before anybody knew what a dinosaur was, and they thought it maybe was just some sort of big iguana-like creature. Its teeth looked like those of an iguana, and there were only very few pieces that were known at the time. Yeah, I could show you all about this fire back in my office. Got a big Waterhouse Hawkins Crystal Palace Iguanodon model that I printed, and we could talk all about that. But yeah, it was really cool that day I was able to print that. That was pretty neat.
So
Yeah.
here's it.
And Grilled Pikachu, I will not be going to Dinosaur National Monument or Jurassic National Monument either, where the Cleveland Lloyd quarry is. But I've been there many times in the past. Yeah. I was actually digging right near Cleveland Lloyd, like less than a mile away, I think. Maybe a couple miles away. Last October. Out there with LJ Crewman actor. Yeah.
Little bone, potentially skull bone.
And you've got an ammonite at home? That's actually pretty cool, Brick Lane. Yeah.
I have no idea. I don't know, like,
I don't know if I've got any ammonites
but I just doesn't look like a bird or doesn't look like a
at
bird.
home. I think I may have given them away.
Parasphinxes with the outer part of it.
Nice. I had a few
Yeah, this
bits
is
of
extremely hot.
Mycoceras
So, lots of bone on the surface, just be very careful.
from just after the very beginning of the Triassic, after the extinction event.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I think both of mine are Jurassic.
Nice. Heyday of the ammonite.
Some fairly large ones, like Titanoides things.
Grilled Pikachu says, how easy is it to separate rock from fossil?
Not.
Yeah, it
On the
depends.
fossil.
Depends.
Yeah.
Sometimes it pops off clean and has a nice smooth surface.
And sometimes it crumbles into little bits.
Yeah. Here it's a little bit more on the more difficult side. This is not the easiest site to work.
I guess that would be.
And how do you know you are not hitting fossil? You just got to be real careful.
Keep looking and sweep.
Yeah. So like, here, maybe I'll bring the camera closer. Kind of walk you through the process. There we go. So like, got to clear away some of this matrix here, so I'll show you how that works. Try and maintain as clean a surface as you can. So that makes it easier to see what's going on.
All the way out here for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Did she know about the vandalism on Dawn's side?
I showed her.
Did she know about
And so here, you try and work with the bedding plane of the rock.
Sarah, right?
Sarah Kelly, yeah.
And so you can see these cracks running along there like that. You want to work with that because the rock, if you're lucky, splits with the bone. So like around the bone. It doesn't always. Sometimes it splits the bone in half too. But if you work with the natural plane in the rock, then you'll find little stuff like that. This is just a little pebble in here, but imagine that is a bit of bone. Like I said, if you're lucky, the rock splits around the bone like that. So that's generally how we find these things. When we're actually digging in the quarry. It's different from prospecting when you're looking for new sites. Yeah. And why do the bones turn black? Well, there's...
Manganese?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Jim says black desert rocks, the black desert varnish. That's from manganese from seawater that went into clouds and rained down.
So this isn't.
I'm not talking about the bone. I'm talking about rocks.
Well, we're talking about the bone.
Yeah.
Okay, what is it?
I'm not sure. Whatever the minerals that can mineralize the bone.
Could be manganese.
Right. And sometimes bones even kind of... You'll see one that's like a different color kind of halfway through. We would get that a lot in the Hell Creek, where it'd be really, really dark brown on one side and then a lighter brown on the other, even if none of it was exposed to the surface. But it's because of, I guess the general answer is it's because of like minerals in the groundwater that helped fossilize it. In some places in the world, you get bone that's like a completely different color from the surrounding rock, like in Cretaceous dinosaur sites in Mongolia. You get the rock kind of a nice orangish or reddish, and then the bone is like white, white, white. So it can make a really, really nice contrast, and it can make prospecting really easy. Maybe not easy, but less difficult.
Easier.
Yeah. 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 And yep, yeah, those iguanodon from Bernice are like really, really dark colored, almost black. Yeah. Yeah, those are the ones with the pyrite disease. Yeah.
Slowly degrades the bone.
That's why they've got to keep them in that humidity-controlled case.
Keep the humidity out.
Yeah. Just have them all cast and stuff.
Yep. Wait, sorry, say again, Justin?
They at least have casts of all of them.
Of the iguana? I don't know. There's so many that...
Some of them.
At least some of the better ones.
Yeah, they definitely have casts. Like I have a 3D print of an iguanodon Bernice artensis hand and upper arm, which is it's enormous. It's so cool. So someone cast that and then scanned it and made it available online, which is pretty neat. Yeah. And Grilled Pikachu wants to know, how long is the daily maintenance test for your electrical equipment? You mean for my stuff? It's just a few seconds, really. I plug in the solar panels and plug in the satellite dish and
Acquire Starlink.
And good to go, yeah. You know, any maintenance consists of basically like blowing in the porch, just going to make sure there's no dust or grit inside. Yeah. And Perceptor 11, wait, you're talking about Harley Garbani? Collector, he used to collect for Los Angeles and for UCMP. I think he used to hold the record for the man who found the most T-Rex fossils, T-Rex specimens anywhere in the world. Yeah, I always be loyal to this gentleman and his stream because he knows the name Harley. Oh yeah, of course, Perceptor. Harley was a plumber by trade, but really, really prolific prospector and discoverer and collector of dinosaur fossils out in the Hell Creek in Montana. I think he died in the early 2000s. Something like that. Yeah.
Hey, Ken? You want a glass of cold water?
Oh, I don't think that one. Thank
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And Brick Lane, no, I'm here to answer questions. That's why this is a live video and not, this is why I live stream and not, recorded video. That interactivity is really important. So I'm glad you're asking questions. And hope you're having a good time. There, it's back on. Protect my eyes. Do many excavation sites of companies contact paleontologists about found fossils? Oh, Claire, thanks for reposting that from Twilight Wolf. It does happen every once in a while where, like, a private firm will be out digging, or I don't know, there's freeway construction or something like that.
And there's also in the Salt Lake City area are sand and gravel pits that called mammoth nests.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And bit large horned ox type things.
Yeah, so you might get like a paleontology mitigation company that gets called out. So like a lot of younger paleontologists, especially in the US, get hired by mitigation companies where basically they're on site to help preserve any fossils that are dug up in the process of excavating for a construction site or something like that. Yeah, a friend of ours who we wish was out here right now, Nick, he works for a company like that. And, yeah. So that's kind of one way to make a living as a paleontologist, is to work for a mitigation company like that. If that makes sense. Yeah. And Brick Lane says, would it be an offense if we take home fossils found on public land? Yep. Yes. Yeah,
unless they're invertebrate.
Yeah.
Or a little bit of fossilized wood.
Mm-hmm. But if it's like a dinosaur fossil or something.
Any vertebrate.
Yeah. Then that's...
There's a Paleontological Protection Act that was signed in Washington, and that prevents that on federal land.
Mm-hmm. PERPA, yeah. Anyway, you do not want to get in trouble for that kind of thing. And you don't want to damage our collective fossil heritage. You know? The best thing that you can do is to take a really good picture of that, and if you can, take a GPS reading. Get those coordinates, contact a paleontologist. And go to your local museum, or contact the Bureau of Land Management, or whoever happens to, to run that, to oversee that public land, and tell them about it, because it could be a cool discovery, potentially. Oh yeah, it's part of just, being a good Samaritan, is following the rules and not destroying our fossil resources. Yeah. And have I ever found dinosaurs with deformities? Yeah, sometimes we get pathologies, like injuries on certain bones. So I've dug up dinosaurs with broken ribs that had later healed. Yeah, I found dinosaur tracks that may have been from like a dinosaur foot that was injured, where like one of the toes kind of curls in a weird way. But with tracks, it's actually kind of difficult to tell what's going on, unless you've got a bunch of them in a row. But yeah, paleopathology is a really interesting field. Figuring out what kinds of injuries critters may have had. Even you probably dug up some dinosaurs with healed pathologies, right?
Yeah, probably some weird lumps on them, or broken toe bones.
Yeah.
It's not very uncommon.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty common.
It seems like dinosaurs were generally speaking, pretty hardy animals. Like they could take a licking and keep on ticking. Like we've got there's that famous Allosaurus specimen, Big Al from northern Wyoming, and he had I don't know how many different pathologies. It's like in the dozens.
Broken ribs.
Yeah, broken ribs, broken limb
This is all
The only unhealed one's the broken toe, right?
Yeah, it's like partially healed. Yeah, it was like really inflamed. Yeah. That's the thing, is that when something's a fossil, it's difficult to tell like what was an injury that happened in life versus something that may have happened, bones getting stepped on or broken somehow after the animal died. You've got to look for healing, signs of healing in the bones. Because if you see that those fractures had been partially healed, at least, then you know that happened while the animal was alive. That's why it's really difficult to tell sometimes, like, oh, is this the injury that killed the animal? Well, shoot, that's hard to say, because if it didn't heal at all, then how do you tell that from something that may have happened after death? Yeah. So yeah. And Dr. Javasaurus, yeah, you remember correctly, there was a Centrosaurus with a big tumor on its fibula. So you're almost right about the particular bone, the fibula, a smaller one in the shin. But yeah, huge cancerous growth on this dinosaur's fibula, and that's probably not what killed it. I think that one may have been found in a bone bed out in Alberta. Maybe there were a bunch of Centrosaurus that died in a river crossing or something like that, kind of like wildebeest today out in the African plains. And try through, there's a big rib in this jacket right here. We're getting ready to think about flipping it. First we gotta dig down a little bit further. What's that? Yeah.
What'd you say, Justin? What'd you say?
At least a little bit.
At least a little bit, yeah. And it needs a skirt.
Alright, so what's my protocol for making it a mushroom?
Just dig down and try and dig in toward the center of it, I guess. Yeah.
You need a wide channel to go around this, so you got to get your hands down under there with the skirt material. So a wide channel that is slowly cutting into the rock.
Yeah. Keep digging down and then in, yeah. Tolgi says, what's the coldest dig site you've ever worked? That would probably be up in the frontier formation of Montana. We were right about 9,000 feet, right on the Continental Divide between Montana and Idaho.
What were you finding, Dan?
Those were dinosaur tracks up there that we were collecting.
In Montana?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What time of year was it?
What's that?
What time of year?
That would have been early June, I think.
So June is cold.
Yeah, but yeah, there was still snow on certain parts of the mountains, and it got pretty cold at night.
Man, this is nice.
Yeah, that does sound nice right now.
Get cold at night.
Should I pour cold water over your head, dude?
Fish, you want to pull that bone?
That would be a waste of ice cold
Kind of in
water.
his way.
It'd be nice though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but I don't want to.
You see it's good enough, you know?
Don't think so. But
Well, you can also just wrap it and then set it where it is roughly, and then we'll make it a call later.
Danny, you have any desire to go up and work on the art of the Alaskan dinosaurs?
That'd be cool. Yeah, shoot.
North Slope?
Uh-huh. I'm not a big fan of mosquitoes, but
Yeah, they're killer mosquitoes. Isn't
yeah, I would do that just to see what it's like, I suppose.
some Nanuqsaurus.
Yeah.
Now look, Pachyrhinosaurus.
Yeah.
Paratorum.
you know them all from the Arctic? A
Those
lot
are
of
the ones I know, and then there's a big troodontid.
Yeah.
Troodonid.
Yeah, huge troodontid. Yeah, like the biggest in the world.
Danny, do you know there's one and only Troodonid in the Jurassic, the late Jurassic?
Yeah, isn't it like Hesperonychus or something like that?
Hesperonythoides.
Hesperonythoides, yeah, thank
Is
you.
that named?
Yeah.
I think it's at the Thermopolis
Just a little guy.
Museum in
It was a surprise, like it was under a sauropod. They were like, they brought this big jacket back to the museum and they're prepping it.
In Wyoming,
Yeah.
at the Thermopolis Museum.
Mhm. And then, yeah, it's like, oh shoot, there's a troodontid under this. The oldest in the world.
And what's the name of it?
Hesperonythoides.
Yeah.
Hesperonythoides.
Pretty.
Yeah, Hesperornithoides. Yeah.
Okay, I get about the first
Yeah,
two
the
syllables.
western bird form, Hesperornithoides.
Do they have a skull?
Yep.
Or teeth?
I think it's fairly complete, right?
It's a good skull.
Yeah.
It's not on display though at the museum. It's maybe. When I was up there last time, I asked about it, and they didn't. The lady at the front desk.
It's fairly
didn't know
small,
anything about
right? It's only.
Yeah, it's a little critter. Oh, and we got a, let's see, big question from Ruler2112. I'm sure it's not a stupid question, Ruler. Let's see. Limited time to dig, as the other day it said you... What happens if you uncover something large/important shortly before your time is up?
It always happens.
Yeah, that's
That's one
Then
of
the
greatest
time is
discoveries
not
we
up.
made.
a regular occurrence. Yeah, usually you find the best stuff, like Bill's saying, on the last day. Do you still bury it and finish it next year, hoping it's not damaged? Yeah, basically, yeah.
Unless you can pull another 2 days off.
Uh-huh.
Do emergency action.
Yeah. I mean, it's always nice that you've got an excuse to come out the next year, you know? It's nice to have that kind of assurance that you're going to come back to something cool. And it might be easier to get funding that way, too. Not for us, necessarily, but if you're a group that has to fundraise every year, you can say, well, holy cow, we've got, this cool new dinosaur coming out. You need to go get it next year. Yeah. Grilled Pikachu says, have you ever had to report poaching to the government authorities? Oh yeah, for sure.
We did it just the last half hour ago.
Yeah. That was,
BLM came out.
Yep. I don't know if this was... What'd you call that, poaching, Ethan? Somebody probably just poking around a little bit, right?
Hard to say. I haven't asked them.
Oh, okay.
I haven't asked them if they were trying to keep the fossil or just sell
Good
it
point,
or just
yeah.
to see what was in there. Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess the word poaching kind of implies
Implies they know what they're
intent. Yeah.
Danny,
malice.
the Utah Raptor block, the 9.5 ton Utah Raptor block, the 10-ton Utah Raptor ridge.
Yeah.
Somebody tried to go through the inch thick of the plastic burlap we had on top.
Uh-huh.
We were just undermining it for the last year,
Yeah.
and somebody tried to get through it. So Jim got brown tarp material to cover it to fade into the rock.
Yeah. Smart. Camouflage it. Yeah. Would you want to dig over here for a while, Phil?
Yeah, I think there's some water.
Yeah.
We're getting hydrated.
Yeah. And gee whiz, there's a big rib under here that we're hoping to get flipped pretty soon. Yeah, so we'll have Phil come over here and do some more undercutting. Get ready to maybe put a skirt under this thing to keep it from spilling out when we flip it. And I'm going to go dig over there for a while. Try to extend that horizon a bit north. Yeah. And Hothus V says, do you get paid by how many fossils are found?
You get that many beers.
I don't get paid. We're mostly volunteers here, so yeah, no, we do not. No, the only way I'm getting paid right now is actually through these live streams, so thank you to all of the supporters who help out with that. Really appreciate it. But yeah. And let's see. Undercover user wants to know, have you ever found a fossil in a soft soil, or are they always in rock? Kind of by definition, they're in rock.
Except
Yeah.
the North Horn T-Rex, Utah's only T-Rex,
Uh-huh.
found at 8,500 foot elevation.
Uh-huh.
It was a soft mudstone, it's basically mud.
Yeah, well, that's still sedimentary
That was a
rock,
rare-
yeah.
It was a very
Yeah.
rare, I mean, you could dig in and it was still soft. It wasn't
Yeah.
rock. That's
Well,
a
I
very
mean-
rare situation. I even prepared...
It's not like you wouldn't have a soil scientist say that that's soil, you know? Yeah.
It is a very, very soft rock
Yeah.
that you can just almost brush away.
We had that in the Hell Creek sometimes too. There'd be sands that are just you know, scrape them away. You could practically use your fingernails sometimes. Yeah. But yeah. And Tulgis, how often do paleontologists get to excavate in a temperate forest or a wetland?
That's what we did at Northhorn. We stayed.
Oh yeah.
We stayed by a reservoir. We were going to go water skiing. We camped out in a forest, and we had a stream where we threw the water down.
Nice.
That was a nice situation. It wasn't like this.
Uh-huh.
This is totally different.
I guess unfortunately for us, most of the time when we're out finding dinosaurs, it's done in kind of deserty environments because that's
Badlands.
yeah, badlands where you've got a lot of exposed rock, and there's generally a lot of erosion and not a lot of plant cover. So, you know, more often than not, that coincides with really arid environments, kind of inhospitable, and not necessarily the sort of place that you would go for.
Vacation.
Yeah. You're not going to have a relaxing holiday in a place like that, unless you really like the desert. Yeah.
if you live here,
which we do.
Have a good time.
Yeah. Lee G, thank you so much for the gift subs. I really appreciate that. Yeah. And Charlie's Dragon, you're 100% right about that. Yeah, La Brea is way too young for non-avian dinosaurs. Yeah, La Brea is just from a few thousand years ago. That's practically last Thursday, geologically speaking. Really recent. Yeah. And Texas Cryptid, thank you for the raid. How you doing? Welcome, Raiders. Good to have you here. How did your stream go? Tell me about it. Yeah. Good stuff. Some water.
Nice and cold, Danny.
Yeah, thank you, Phil.
You're welcome.
Here, let me clear out this space for you.
No, okay, when you're done.
Yeah, I'm gonna go scoot over there.
Okay, I'll trade you.
Yeah.
I'll walk it.
Thanks for the water, Phil.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Do you need me to move?
No, you're good. I'm gonna scoot over here. Start cutting down this bench over here.
Can you see the spike? Big spike?
It's around here somewhere.
I'd like to use it.
There we are. Yeah, and shoot, let me do a little station break real quick before I move over there. If you're just waltzing in, which many of you probably are, welcome to Paleontologizing. Got a good 370 people watching. And holy cow, Murph, thank you for those gift subs. I really appreciate that. Welcome to the desert of eastern Utah, where we're excavating what'll probably be a few new species of earliest Cretaceous dinosaur. We still have to dig up a bunch more bones and then take them back to the laboratory and clean them and study them before we can actually demonstrate that they're anything new. But yeah. And let me show you some of our equipment here real quick. This is the reason I can stream to you. Let me turn the solar panel a little bit. Thank you to everybody who supported me during the fundraiser so we could afford solar panels and a satellite dish and a solar battery there. Yeah, this is a pretty remote area, and yeah, don't really have the wherewithal to stream via cellular network or anything on here, so this is our path forward. It's been working pretty well. Yeah, oh, and thank you, Gretty JB, for the bits there. Appreciate that. Anyway, if anybody's got any questions, and that's what this is all about, let's get back into the quarry and keep digging. Gesundheit. How much water did we go through at camp? A lot, Wombat Hole. Holy cow. Probably
15 gallons a day.
think that much.
Every person should be drinking a gallon a day, and there's 8 of us.
And then we're in food or water for dishwashing and
For plaster.
food, cooking.
Yeah, probably about 2 of those big 6-gallon
that's
containers a
13
day.
gallons.
Yeah.
13 to 15 gallons a day.
Yeah.
Some stuff snuffed out. Did what? Kind of looks like garbage. Yeah, it does look like garbage.
So I'm gonna get ready to start digging down right here. Just brushing away some of this loose debris. Is there a reason why we had this on this rock? It was right here.
Marking a bone.
We had one over here, a rock over there marking a bone. That might be, I don't know.
It's gotten kicked around a fair bit, but it was
Yeah.
right here before.
Maybe once you clean the surface, you'll see what it's for.
Okay.
On the foot. This is the other side. It looks really rough though. Yeah, I wouldn't even really worry about it.
And do we use water in the excavation process? Lots of it.
Yeah,
We end up drinking it.
I guess.
But every once in a while we'll use it to kind of soften up some of the rock. This is mudstone, so you can kind of
Not even sure that's bone.
apply it to make it a little gummier and easier to work.
I think it's
certain
just
circumstances.
purely just super rotten bone. That's like,
Don really likes doing that. He's a big fan of applying a little bit of water to the rock in difficult circumstances.
That's gold down. That's on the other side.
And Danny, of course, we use electric Hilti Jackson with a generator.
Yep. Talking about that the other day.
What?
I'm just laughing because it's never easy.
Let's see. And Tulgis, I was talking about that question a little bit earlier. Like I said, most of the time, if we're digging dinosaurs, it happens to be in kind of deserty environments, sort of like this. And every once in a while, a crew will be lucky enough to work in an area that's a little bit cooler, or you've got some tree cover or something like that. It does happen.
Out here is as far as I want.
It's fairly rare, though.
Yeah, it's a decent spot. I mean,
But you should go higher
a
up.
little wider berth.
Oh, so like,
You should move the rock layer above that.
Yeah, move all that out first.
well, no, I'm just saying I don't want to.
Yeah.
That's where you would
Yeah.
cut through in the future, yeah.
That's a good berth to give it. Good gap.
Is it worth shaving off any of these layers here? Or should I just dip it as is?
Doesn't give easily.
This is plant
Pretty
material, right?
that's how the rest of it in there. It's kind of loose.
Antarctic digs, yeah. I would love to dig in Antarctica.
Plant
That's,
material.
Sorry, dude.
at least to see what it's like.
Really, it's not. I don't, if you're the only person's name who I know is knows you that I can't get it.
Enough grade. Hey,
Hey, yeah, that is enough great. That's a good sign.
start listening to jam bands.
Yeah. Wearing Grateful Dead shirts.
Even. Just stop trying to tell me
Hey.
Wind. I'm not sure I understand what you're saying, Tuggies. Could you rephrase? There are definitely some sites. Like we were just talking about this yesterday, right? In Missouri, there's Hypsibima, that hag resort, is from there. Missouri wouldn't be Appalachia, would it?
I think it would.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Anything east of eastern Montana, right? Or anything east of western.
I think that the.
No. I mean modern. I think they're talking about modern Appalachia.
Oh.
Yeah.
I would not say Missouri's that.
Yeah. That's why I was confused for a
It's
second.
like borderline plains.
St. Louis, the gateway to the west. Yeah, I mean, those areas, there's generally not a lot of exposed sedimentary rock, so the likelihood of finding fossils is pretty slim. But it does happen. Yeah. The exposures tend to be pretty limited, though.
Annie,
Yeah.
road crossing streets.
Yep.
Yeah, there's some good Paleozoics.
Yeah, there is, yeah.
Devonian stuff in Pennsylvania where I know.
Yeah, Red Hill, where Neil Shubin and Ted Deschler
Pennsylvania?
dug up the like super basal tetrapods.
Like Lynn.
Maze from Kentucky is really good for ordination and marine fossils, brachiopods and bryozoans and stuff.
But you got to get pretty lucky in a place like that, like to find some exposure, because almost everything's forested or covered by vegetation. Yeah.
And of course, there's plenty of good Pennsylvania news.
Be ironic.
Anyway, yeah. Let me grab my scoop. I think I left it over there.
Scoop? Scoop?
Yeah. Thanks, fellas. Jodyfish says, how's it going with the scapula? Here, let me show you. There was one bone associated with it. You've actually been looking at it. It's right here. In this jacket. Yeah. So I got this out this morning. It's really not looking much like a scapula anymore. It's looking like a limb bone. Which is interesting. It's kind of thicker than you'd expect for a scapula. Not really the right morphology. So it's going to be some kind of limb bone, we think. Yeah, I'm not sure which one, but something. It could be a little tiny femur. But it was kind of too flat for that. Really not sure. Yeah. And jacket in the current context is this protective cocoon that we put around a fossil. This is called a plaster jacket, because we jacket it, and it's made of plaster. So yeah, well, you also call it a field jacket, because it's the jacket you make in the field. So, Fisher's got one right there. And actually, let's take a look at that. And how recently did you pop that?
Like 5 minutes ago.
Nice. Yeah. So that's currently upside down. Fisher just turned that over. So there's a dinosaur bone inside of that right now, and he's applying some separator to the top. So that's some toilet paper, and then he's got his brush with a little bit of water on it to tamp it down. And then he's going to do another layer of, that'll be gypsona for that, right?
Yeah.
So like a medical plaster bandage will go over the top of that, and then it'll be thoroughly cocooned and it's safe to take back to the laboratory, where it can be opened in the lab and then properly cleaned and studied and yeah, held in perpetuity in the public trust.
My favorite noise.
You love to work in the lab.
Let's see.
Continue. It's just taking a long time.
Yeah, it's
And
it's a screwdriver.
Catlin says, Twitch blows my mind. This is insanely cool. Thank you,
It's a screwdriver.
Catlin. It's good to have you here. Appreciate your enthusiasm and your kind words.
It's a little harder to do than the ice.
Let me know if you've got any questions. And Jody Fish, thank you for all those gift subs. That is brilliant. Really appreciate that. Good stuff. So right now I'm going to try and dig through this. I'm probably well above the bone layer here, so I can afford to go a little bit more quickly than would otherwise be possible, or prudent. But still I'm going to be on the lookout for any bits of surprise bone from above the main layer. We got to remove all this so we can get down to where the bones are expected to be. Forest environment fossils be rarer, since plants would eat most bones fossils for the minerals, without taking into account the place's age? I mean, yeah. In some cases, yes.
Garbage, yeah. Usually when the bone is before they preserve it, there's nothing you can do with it.
So like an environment that's got a lot of
Changes, like if
soils in it might rarely get preserved. It'll be more,
like the
you know, floodplain, river bottom, lake bottom sediments, or like this environment, kind of swampy at the time, where you might have, you know, more bone preserved. If it's like on a forest floor, you know, forests are really, really good at recycling all kinds of organic materials, organic nutrients. It just gets kind of, you know, recycled into, you know, microbes that dissolve it, eat it away. Plants do the same thing, fungi. That's why you need sediment to cover up bones in order to actually have them be preserved as fossils. So yeah, a forest floor, especially like a rainforest, is a really poor place to have fossil preservation. Got too many factors there wanting to dissolve away any bone. House livestream, how are you doing? Welcome. How are the owls today? I hope they're doing well. And can we hear or feel a difference when approaching fossil when probing the rock? Ideally, yes. So if say I've got my oyster knife here, and I'm kind of working through this loose material at the surface. If you're lucky, you can kind of feel when there might be, like when it hits bone, if you're being gentle and paying attention. But that's provided that the bone is well preserved and, yeah, that it feels a little bit different from the surrounding rock. It often does. It's something that you kind of gain with experience. To sort of learn it, develop a feel for it. This rooty stuff that we have up here at the surface even, do you suppose this is what this flag was supposed to mark?
Isn't this just sand?
It looks like it, but...
Yeah, I don't know. It might have been down in the quarry, and maybe we kicked it up there because it was in the way.
Okay, that would make sense. I've been looking for anything up here, and there's... Doesn't seem to be anything.
Disregard.
Hello, covering a fossil
Cool.
or anything behind you?
You want it?
Oh, that one, sure. I didn't even see that.
And is acidic soil a bad preserver? I think in general, Armageddon, yeah. For like a depositional environment, acidic is probably worse than alkaline. That would make sense to me.
Or that's one of the reasons why fossils in rainforests don't really occur. The soils consume them, dissolve.
And the owls are pretty hot right now. I would imagine they're in Central California. Yeah. Well, I hope they're coping with the heat well. Yeah. And there you go, Marazil Wiki. I think that might be the same exact locality that I was thinking of, where that hadrosaur came from in Missouri. I think it's Hypsibema, but it might be Parorosaurus, which I think was recently named Missouri state dinosaur. Anyway, am I on to anything there? We thinking along the same lines? Let me know.
So, yeah, gonna be lazy and can you move that over here?
Absolutely, I'm up. No problem. Is this your water bottle?
Yeah.
You want it?
And more so the bucket, the water.
Okay, just leave water there.
Yeah, just over by this nail. Yes, sir.
Nice job. Sorry. Jim, I don't think Jim would be able to tell you what that was. I mean, it's basically like a...
I mean, we're not even sure.
yeah, I mean, honestly, their opinion is about as good as ours. When you see like a chunk of water down bottom of the ground. Like, I mean, their guess is as good as ours, is what I mean. As long as you write possible skull on the tag, then I'll know to prepare it quickly.
I think the last time How far into the wall do you think I should pull this back?
Probably about up to the benches.
Like right here?
No, below.
Oh,
Below.
right here.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I mean, yeah, if you pull it back towards Danny, there's a good chance we'll find more bone going that way to the north. They have one of those buckets.
Yeah, for sure. It's a good chance there's bones under my knees or shins right now. Oh, and you were talking about the Missouri River in South Dakota. Yeah, that makes even more sense. Yeah, lots of... the Missouri River is tied to a lot of really cool fossil discoveries. The Hell Creek Badlands in Montana, and I suppose in maybe North and South Dakota as well. A lot of those Badlands were either carved up by glaciers or by the Missouri River, which runs through present-day Montana. The Missouri Breaks region in Montana is famous for its Cretaceous dinosaur fossils. It's where Tyrannosaurus and Triceratops, I think, were both originally found. Or was Triceratops originally found in Wyoming?
Just east of Evanston.
Okay, cool.
Or just east of Green River.
So, right by Rockford.
Ding, 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 ding. That's trying to be cryptic.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agathopus. Copes Agathopus.
Triceratops is the state dinosaur of Wyoming, for anybody keeping track at home.
It's appropriate.
What's that?
What did you just say? State dinosaur of what?
Triceratops is the state dinosaur of Wyoming.
Now, of course, we know the state dinosaur of Utah, the greatest dromaeosaur of all time.
Yeah, the California
Torosaurus.
gull. Now the Utah raptor, obviously, yeah. I was talking all about that yesterday with Jim. Jim!
Done. You're done.
Tisha? And Kent.
Case.
And has anyone ever made a significant dinosaur find while drilling for oil?
There has been some found, I believe, in Mississippi.
Uh-huh.
Drill for. Cut through a bone.
I think that's the only bit of dinosaur bone from the state of Mississippi, yeah.
And it's just a little bit sticking through the...
Same with like Norway or Sweden or something too, I think, where they've got a drill core with dinosaur bone in it. But wouldn't really say that's a significant dinosaur find, apart from its provenance. You could name this.
If you were creative, if you used AI, what do you call it? Chat, GPD.
There you go.
Live PD chat GT.
That's the one.
Yeah, the knockoff one.
Chat CGP Grey.
Yeah, that's up in northern Alberta too. Interesting. A zucchini puff. I did not know that. Huh. And oh, and Alex Vixen, are you talking about Borealopelta there? Super famous ankylosaur, exquisitely well preserved.
It's a celebrity.
Yeah, it really is a celebrity. Yeah. Ethan, you've seen the video of that, right? With the
Oh boy.
one of the worst flips in history.
The worst flip compilation of 2020. Pretty bad.
Not clickbait. What's that?
Which one are you talking about?
Borealopelta, that ankylosaur from Alberta.
Suntor mine?
Yep.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's the one.
Is that,
That's the one.
Mhm. They go to lift it up with the crane, and the whole thing just cracks in half and spills out in a million pieces.
So they got all of them back together, and you wouldn't even notice.
Yeah. Mark Mitchell was the preparator who. What's that? Darren Tankey, I think, was supervising Mark Mitchell, the preparator working on it. He spent 6 years of his life putting it back together.
They did the skull first and had it right.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah, imagine working on a single dinosaur specimen for 6 years like that. But then they named it after him, which is, I think, a really nice gesture. Borealopelta Mark Mitchellii. Yeah.
I don't know if Jim's seen that.
Oh, I'm sure he's seen it. Really?
If he has,
Well, not for a number of years at least. Yeah.
Huh.
I was up there a few years ago for preparators.
I think that was 2017 when they unveiled that. I wasn't there, but I was out digging a different nodosaur in Montana at the time. Or when they published it, at least. It was summer of 2017, I
I was up
think.
there in about 2014 and I saw him working on the prep lab.
Nice. But yeah, that was the summer of the nodosaur. We had like 3 or 4 different nodosaurs named that summer, like published on, and I remember sitting in the laundromat in Havre, North Dakota, or Havre, Montana, excuse me, northern Montana, and reading about these new nodosaurs while we were about to drive back to camp and continue excavation of our brand new nodosaur species from the Judith River. It's like just nodosaurs everywhere, all over the news. And Asharadel, hey, you sleep well. Thanks for tuning in for a while. Yeah.
It's more that garbage bone. Yeah.
Danny, anybody calling in?
I wouldn't really think about it.
From Europe? Yeah, a few people. A few people are going to bed right now because it's late there. Yeah, like Asharadel. And Ruler says, are there still new species of dinosaur being discovered?
Every day.
Yes, we're working on one right now, probably. This is probably going to be new. No, all the time. It kind of fluctuates year to year how many new dinosaurs are described, but in the year 2020, there were 48 new species of dinosaur published, which is almost one per week.
Probably a lion's share of them in Utah.
A good number of them were, yeah. Yeah.
Good show.
Yeah, I think we had 32 last year, in the year 2022. I think it was 31. This year we've got, it's been a lot slower. I think we've got like 10 this year so far. We're already halfway through the year. But these things, there's a lot of lead time on them, so it could be years or decades between when a dinosaur is first discovered in the ground
Prepared.
and, you know, dug up, prepared, cleaned, reposited, illustrated, described.
Measured, photographed.
Are we in the post-COVID lull where nobody could go out in the field? So
That-
we're in the naming lull.
Yeah,
Gone into
I
that.
think that might be, yeah.
This is the, never mind.
we've got a question from Cooking Fat. He wants to know, are the team finding the streaming dig fun to interact with? Like, are you guys having fun with the camera here? I mean,
Big time.
a little bit. We've got to be more prim and proper when you guys are watching.
I can't feel my toes anymore, but I still feel good. This is our 77th day out here. And it's 770 degrees. And I'm 770 years old. So you can imagine.
Having a great time.
How this feels. Pretty good considering.
Honestly, we're probably quieter while the cameras are on, just because any body humor or Fisher's irreverence might have to be put on hold for a little while. I'm trying to keep this fun for all ages. Family friendly. And Necro, thank you for the 2 months of support there. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Dalo says, is the presence of the camera making you more or less silly? Definitely less silly.
Definitely less.
Definitely less.
And you should be happy about that.
Yeah, this could become a mature stream very quickly.
Let's get down to the real business.
Delta Rain, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome, Delta. Good to see you. One of our seldom seen moderators, because she's always off busy doing other things. It's good to see you, Delta. I hope things are going well for you. Appreciate you tuning in for a little bit. I hope that didn't sound passive aggressive. It's not intended to be. Delta's always doing cool stuff. And yeah. Let's see. Oh, holy cow. Bumble Daisy says, just wanted to share that this stream has inspired me to go back to university and get my master's degree in archaeology.
That's awesome.
Thank you for streaming. Thank you, Bumble Daisy. Yeah. I'm flattered. Shoot.
We all love archaeology.
We do, yeah.
I love how straight their lines are
Yeah.
in their trenches.
But yeah, no, that's honestly, I'm kind of touched. Thank you for saying so. That's pretty amazing. There's so many cool things out there to dig up, whether you're in paleontology or archaeology or paleoanthropology or geology or yeah.
Cleaning up the kitchen.
Yeah.
Cleaning up the ice cubes that I took under the fridge.
So that it melts and then your socks get wet and then
your life
get yelled at. Yeah. Just burn down the house. Start over again.
Burning down the house.
No, but earnestly though, thank you for your feedback, and that's awesome. That's this has inspired you like that. Holy cow! Let me grab that. All right. Take the nail right off the top of the.
We're having a tent malfunction.
Need some help, Danny?
I got it. I think that'll be good. And I thought that was going to be a lot worse than it was. And Elastic Croner says, why traveling outdoors? Isn't there a science category? There is, called Science and Technology. But I stream in that for basically the whole rest of the year. So I kind of savor the opportunity to be in the travel and outdoors category. because most of the time I'm streaming from my office back home. Yeah. But I'll occasionally switch off, even when I'm in the field. We'll do some science and technology category streams. It doesn't really affect the content of what we're doing. It's just, what category do you pick? And very few people seem to actually browse the categories in the first place. For whatever reason, it does seem like I get higher viewership if I'm in travel and outdoors. So there's that.
People don't expect we're wearing things on Twitch.
I know, right? Yeah. Like, I want to watch Roblox. Give me Minecraft.
This is kind of like Minecraft.
Except you don't get the super fast reverse Tetris.
Reverse Tetris.
I like reverse Tetris.
Sending the blocks up. Oh, and Ruler 2112, yeah, what do I stream from the office? Yeah, all kinds of science outreachy stuff. I do a lot of going over new publications in paleontology, particularly as concerns dinosaurs, because that's what I work on. Do illustrations and 3D modeling and 3D printing. Every once in a blue moon, maybe I'll do a video game, but that's a rare occurrence, honestly. Yeah, gonna get into doing more interviews with other paleontologists and that kind of thing, and tons of Q&A. We do fun review games like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire / Who Wants to Be a Paleontologist. Those Venn diagrams don't have very much overlap, I suppose. Yeah, Thursday Birds Day, all kinds of stuff. Oh, and Lenita, thank you for reposting that question from I Wanna Be Quiet. They say, hi there, silly question. Will you guys see the bones when they are finally cleaned and prepared, so you know exactly what you were digging out? Oh yeah, Ethan here. Ah, sorry. A fly just flew directly into my mouth.
Nice.
Didn't taste very good.
No,
Bullseye.
would not recommend. 1 star. Yeah, Ethan here works at the Utah Geological Survey, and he's actually going to be prepping a lot of these bones. They're in the laboratory, figure out what they are, and yeah, you might be publishing on some of these, right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe one day. On a few abstracts here and there, but
Yeah.
I am not the iguanodont king.
Not yet, at least.
Who is the iguanodon?
Karen Poole?
In the old days it was Dave Norman.
Yeah. Rod Sheets is an iguanodont king.
Is he?
It's good to wash the fly taste out of my mouth. Yeah, Ethan, could you tell us a little bit about where these fossils are eventually going to end up once they're cleaned in the lab and everything?
Yeah, so we're going to take them to the Utah Geological Survey. We're going to clean them and organize them and get them in nice little cradles for permanent stability. And then they're going to live, as long as civilization stands, they'll live in the collections of the Natural History Museum of Utah.
Also in Salt Lake. Yeah. I like that. I'm going to have to steal that phrase, for as long as civilization stands.
And
It's all yours.
And the general public has a chance to see the collections once a year. We have what's in the lab or something.
Behind the scenes.
Oh, cool. We had a similar thing in Berkeley for the big campus open house. Like 1 day a year, people could take a tour of the collections in the back. Tickets were free, but would they go fast. You have to show they're like right at 9 a.m. in order to get tickets for that. Cal Day, if anybody's interested. If you live in the San Francisco Bay Area, make sure you're there for that.
What day of the year is that?
It's usually in like mid-April.
April? Okay, like PAX time?
Yeah. eagles are scary, Pendrake. Holy cow, are they one of my very favorite birds. Things just tear sloths and monkeys out of the tree and carry them off to their doom.
This is good riddance. No, everyone hates sloths. I'm just such a pest.
Never trust.
Yeah. I mean, it sure beats having to spray for sloths. Just get some harpy eagles in your neighborhood.
When you see a big sloth hive, it's just like, ugh. One of those days.
Yep. You're at a picnic and the sloths just won't stay out of your cream soda.
Or your pork salad, or... Diet ginger ale.
Very slowly reaching for your hot dog. You know, they do that so you don't notice them. It's very sneaky.
Tricky devils.
Yeah. When you're not looking, they can move extremely fast.
Imagine a sloth.
What's that?
Imagine a sloth.
Yeah. Then the moment you glance at it, it's just...
It's like Toy Story.
Yeah, exactly.
Cursorial ground sloths.
Yeah. Their arms and legs just like spinning like wheels, like in a Roadrunner cartoon or something.
Pretty close to capping this bone. Good. Imagine how good it'd be if we could sit right here.
Let's see.
It's nearly 5. What's
No way, really?
Show's gonna be over soon. Dan.
Holy cow, yeah.
Wow. Holy
450.
guacamole!
Get your questions in now, folks.
Get your...
Yeah.
You gotta... If you're gonna learn something about dinosaurs ever, you got 7 minutes.
Dragon Buns, what a great name, says, so I found a rock with a lot of small shells in it that look like little clams.
Whoa.
Is there a way to make them stand out from the rock? Yeah, you can
Needle.
find some sort of implement to kind of chip away the rock.
Needle?
Yeah, a little needle,
Vinegar.
like a record needle would work. What?
Vinegar.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've done that before. Acetic acid, yeah.
That might
Acetic.
destroy the fossil, though.
It usually does.
Acetic.
Yeah.
Acidic.
There it is again.
Acetic acid.
Acetic, right?
Yeah, you know, very different from your alkaline acids.
Yeah.
Oh my god, so basic. You're so acidic. Did it really sound like I said... It sounded like I said acetic acid?
Acetic acid. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
But yeah, I don't know, I don't really know too many people who do invert prep.
Ken, do you need a refill?
Yeah, I don't think I... Yeah.
I mean, generally, the stuff just kind of splits around the inverts.
Yeah,
and-
they're usually pretty well preserved, pretty tough.
I mean,
Yeah.
you have blocks of like limestone, but that could be a little hard to prep around.
Definitely, yeah. If you have access to an air scribe, then there you go. But, yeah, I guess somebody who knows what an air scribe is probably wouldn't be asking this kind of question. It's a great question, though, and that's really cool that you've got some mollusk fossils like that. I wonder how old they are. The mollusk fossil record goes all the way back to, to the Cambrian?
Yeah.
I was going to say Ordovician, but, have we got proper mollusks in, like, the Burgess Shale?
Proper posh mollusks.
Yeah. You know, none of these fly-by-night gastropods. Oh no, gastropods are different from... Gastropods are a kind of mollusk.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're probably talking about bivalves.
Yeah. Or maybe brachiopods.
Potentially brachiopods, which aren't mollusks at all.
Brachiopods are not mollusks?
No. They're
What?
They're lophivores, which means their closest relatives are
Bread.
bryozoans.
Bryozoans. Is there a clade that includes both brachiopods and bivalves? Or what would that clade be called, I guess?
It might be
Metazoans?
Metazoans? Yeah.
Bilateria.
Bilateria.
Yeah.
Okay.
Protostomata.
I always kind of assumed that bivalves and brachiopods are just sister groups.
No, not at all.
I do not remember my invert paleo as well as I should.
Bivalves.
But they're different. No, they're very different, yeah.
Yeah. Is an air scribe anything like an air spade? What is an air spade? Is that like air guitar? But for gardening? I don't know. An air scribe is basically a tiny pneumatic jackhammer. It's like, it looks like a big pen, and it's got an air tube, a pneumatic tube that comes off the back of it.
Typically it's pointed, but it could have a chisel on it.
Yeah. So it's just got this little point inside that goes.
And it almost shakes the rock off the bone at the end when you're at the bone.
Yeah, so you got to hook it up to an air compressor, and yeah. Actually, come to think of it, are all air scribes pneumatic? Have you ever seen like an electric air scribe?
No, sir.
What you do? Are you working?
They may be real, but never heard of them.
Yeah. So think of it kind of like a dentist drill, I guess. It's sort of like that. But if it were a tiny, tiny little jackhammer, that's... Hopefully I'm not confusing you further. And they wouldn't be called an air scribe if they weren't pneumatic. I suppose you're right, Dr. Java, yeah.
It is what it is, man. You can't help it. It's what you get. You get what you get. So is it 1 a.m. in Europe right now? Like France?
I have
6 hours?
no idea. 8 hours. 6 hours from.
So it's like almost 1 a.m. in France.
Wow.
Germany.
What about it?
It's about 1 a.m.
What about it? Is somebody
People tuned in. They're
from
going to
France?
bed.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
Anybody from continental Europe here right now? Or from the UK?
UK, it's midnight.
Little Europe?
Yeah. From New Europe?
New Europe.
Europa.
Yeah, or from one of the moons of Saturn, like Europa. Is it Saturn or Jupiter?
Uranus.
It's Jupiter?
Jupiter.
Shoot.
And that's one of the ones we want to look for life.
Right.
It's a water world under ice.
I think there's actually 2 or 3 of Jupiter's moons that are basically the exact same.
Water world.
Io and
All right. And word is
Io's super volcanic.
Io is the water volcanoes.
word is in. Evane is from Europe. We've got the UK, Germany, more Germany, Brighton, UK, Belgium, Ireland, France, Northern England, Birmingham, Catalonia.
Birmingham is coming out for the BBC special appreciation.
Oh!
Manchester, Estonia,
I'm sorry.
and Denmark. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I got people from all over Europe here.
Sorry.
Yeah, and Canada. Canada doesn't count.
Why do you hate Canada?
Commonwealth.
Why do you hate Canada? Canada's
It's
amazing.
just a joke.
They're good people.
I know.
Yeah.
It's not a joke, it's serious.
Scotland too. Wow. Yeah.
Danny, we have our UFOP Zoom meetings that people can tune into. You can go to utahpaleo.org.
Oh yeah, yeah. We
It's
should
starting in September in the fall.
Uh huh.
And we have a gal from somewhere in England.
Mhm.
It's like 2 in the morning when she tunes in. She's got a cup of coffee and her eyes all blue. And she's
Nice.
here.
That's commitment. Yeah.
She's worked in Utah for the last 21 years.
Who's that?
That's
Sue?
Sue.
Oh wow, I've met Sue. She's great.
Yeah. So if anybody wants to tune into any of those talks through the Utah Friends of Paleontology, visit
utahpaleo.org.
utahpaleo.org.
Starting in September.
Starting in
And
September.
you can pay annual dues, which is only $15, and it's been that way for the last 35 years.
Nice. I'm repeating everything that Phil says because I'm not positive you can hear it. But yeah. Starting in September, got those talks with utahpaleo.org, Utah Friends of Paleontology. do you've got to pay the $15?
We do not. Anybody is welcome to tune in.
Cool, cool.
Anybody.
But if you want to contribute,
paleo like this project.
yeah, we're supported by UFOP, the Utah Friends of Paleontology. It's like where a significant chunk of our budget comes from. So yeah, and Phil over here is the treasurer. Treasurer for life.
Until civilization ends. I like that one.
Yes. For as long as there is in England.
T-minus 5 minutes.
Or Canada.
Or Canada.
Any more bone being exposed, or you're just working it back?
And very funny free fall
Oh,
clash.
no. There was some very degraded.
Very tumbled. I've always been eating the quarry peanuts with all the salt. Those are always big. Well, I guess they're like gummy bears.
Gummy bears?
They're imported from the maiden was. What do you got going there, Ethan?
Dinosaur bones.
Restoration project in process?
Dinosaur bone digging in eastern Utah.
Live via satellite.
Awesome.
Raiders, welcome.
Come in.
Vegas Raiders.
There will always be the Oakland Raiders, no matter where they play. And John Madden will always be the greatest coach. And their best expression is from Al Davis either. Just win, baby.
And I should have taken that advice.
Yeah, seriously, they should have followed their own advice.
Now they got to practice. They got to have an indoor facility in Las Vegas. There's no way they're practicing in an outdoor facility.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're
God, they would die.
multi-millionaires. They're not going to be out in the heat.
Uh-huh.
They're not like us.
It's 190 degrees Celsius in Vegas right now.
I don't know,
probably.
if I was making $5 million a game, I might play football outside for fun.
I think millionaires can afford an indoor facility.
Oh, speaking of which, Pendrake says, do you ever dig in November or some other month when the weather is not broiling?
Sometimes, yeah.
October, late October before SVP.
Yeah?
Grand Staircase Escalante National Monument
Nice.
with the Natural History Museum.
Does it get hotter in Escalante than here around the same time of year, or is it cooler? Yeah, about the same. So it's higher
I
elevation.
think it's higher
right?
elevation, yeah.
Yeah, at night you sleep better. It's not like 82 degrees at midnight.
Sleep better because there's less oxygen. I didn't realize when we were in Wyoming that it was going to be, 8,000 feet in the air.
Yeah, we were flying.
Danny, were you cold at night?
In Wyoming, a little bit, yeah.
Do you sleep at night?
Oh yeah, frequently.
Yeah, it was in the 40s.
Were you cold? Sounds nice.
It does. Nice. Oh, yeah.
Like sleep was possible there.
Until you do it for a week.
Yeah, the winters last pretty long up there. So
Shoot, we've got 4 almond veterans here now. Yeah, Ken
Four-
Fisher, Ethan, and me.
4 nut guys.
I want to go.
Yeah.
Alman boys. The Almond Brothers Band.
I've known them since I was like 12. So.
Chilling with the Alman boys. Yeah, with my vest down low.
It's also starting school, so I'm going to full-time part.
Yeah, how many of you in chat were here when we were digging in the Almond Formation in Wyoming? And how many people are new? Let me know. Because that was pretty cool. I didn't get to do as many live streams from there. Just conditions weren't as posh as they are here in eastern Utah, you know? I couldn't leave my solar panels and stuff out overnight because they would have been stolen by roving bands of marauders.
Wyomingites.
Siren Mao, thank you for the 100 bits. I appreciate that. And Lexandria is new. Welcome, Lexandria. And some of you were there. Nice. Yeah. Nivy, awesome. Steely Dan says I was here for that huge bone flip. Well, that'd be more specific. There were several.
Probably the tibia
Yeah, probably the.
or the ceratopsian.
Yeah, was it the ceratopsian skull with Nick, or was it the tibia with Fish, or
The fish tibia.
yeah, Fish tibia?
We're speaking taxonomically, all tibia.
That's true.
We're all
Yeah.
descended from the fish. The fish within us. That's who are the two guys, Gashel and from Philadelphia?
Yeah, they wrote Beasts Inside Me, that book
No, they
about
did not.
mammal evolution.
Do not give false information on the internet. It is a crime.
Neil Shubin and Ted Deschler.
Ted
Yeah,
Deschler.
I think Neil Shubin. That's mostly his book though.
Yeah.
He worked with Ted Deschler, but
The
Your inner
fish,
fish?
the fish within us.
Your Inner
The
Fish.
fish near
Yeah.
my house, yeah.
Yeah.
Fish inside me?
Fish beside me.
It's also a PBS documentary if you want to see video instead of.
It's a
book.
good
Yeah,
one.
it's
It's a good
excellent.
doc.
Yeah,
It really is
I'm
great.
sure there are links. Yeah, right now there's links for that in the chat. Thank
Oh,
you,
nice.
Lenina. Beautiful.
That's fast.
Yeah, or Claire Burr. Thank you for that. Oh, she's on the ball. Yeah. Yeah. And Ruler says I actually drove from Michigan to California and back last fall. That's funny. I drove to Michigan from California to Michigan and back last summer. If you were digging, I would have detoured to see you and or help if I were able to. I appreciate that, Ruler. Yeah, but it's
Ruler rules.
I don't know. It's rough going out here. You would probably want to go back home immediately.
Be in an air-conditioned room and watch the Twitch.
There you go. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the way to-
Savor
best of both
the comfort that you have right now.
You don't want this life.
Even Jim Kirkland, the state paleontologist, watched us on Twitch while he was home.
Exactly.
He knew he was so dumb to come out here the whole time.
You don't want to know what kinds of sins we've committed to be subjected to this kind of life.
I like the idea that we've all given ourselves Stockholm syndrome.
I love the heat.
I love
Wow.
being in camp.
I want to be in an environment where
I
the
like using-
air temperature is higher than my body
I
temperature.
like using the toilet as a steel box.
Now, let's see what is our temp right now.
We're gonna figure out what temperature it is so that it'll feel
Yeah,
colder.
Yeah.
I think it's 100.
You say 100.
Bring some
It doesn't
relief.
really feel that bad right now.
Let's
I'm
see.
saying like 95.
We've had cloud cover.
102.
Right there.
4.
All right, can we get a drum roll?
102.
The temperature is 107.5.
Oh,
Shit, no, wait, do it again.
Hey,
We have
language,
acclimated.
language.
Again.
we have
Can you hand me
acclimated.
that water jug,
Move to the other
Danny,
side
when
of
you
the
guys
cord
say?
and do it again.
Yeah.
Thanks, dude. Sorry, I'm all folded up.
No, you're good.
This is nice. It's not bad. It's not like a breeze.
Lordy says that's too hot. I mean, I guess take up your complaints with local meteorologists.
So that's over 40 degrees.
Somebody's doing something wrong, you know?
A meteorologist who control weather.
Yeah.
Probably 42. 43.
Gonna have to talk to that weatherman.
It's going to be in the 90s starting Monday.
Really?
Yes.
All right, let's hope.
All right, everyone get bowl cuts ready.
Get some
Striped shirts going.
get some extensions put in.
Oh, nice. But it needs to be like red and like green and blue.
Wait, I don't follow. Striped shirts for it being hot?
90s. Bowl cuts.
Oh, there we go. Scrunchies. Yeah. Tamagotchis.
Tamaguchi.
Who's that?
Tamaguchi is a famous paleontologist who described, I think, more dinosaurs than anyone who's ever lived.
Really?
Yeah.
Man?
No, he's from Wisconsin.
No, there's a guy in China.
Shu?
No, he's an old man. I think he's passed.
Oh, Don Jiming.
CC
Yeah,
Young?
Benjamin.
Oh.
He named probably more dinosaurs. You ask Jim Kirkland, he'll say he's named the most dinosaurs ever.
I'm actually doing a project about that, so we'll have a tally.
Who wins, Tamagotchi or Don Jiming?
I don't know.
I met him.
Yeah.
He was cool. He was a cool guy. He took us to KFC in China for a good chicken.
Well, that's awesome.
No, they love KFC.
Really.
I used to watch that documentary about
Phil Curry?
Curry.
Yeah,
and,
that's a great documentary.
yeah.
It's called The Great Dinosaur Rush.
Yeah.
You can watch it on YouTube illegally. but
I have alerts from that on my office screens. Yeah.
Sino-Canadian
I
expedition.
was so mad as a kid when I got gifted it to me because I was like Walker and Horner and all
Yeah,
that
yeah.
stuff. And then over time, I'm like, oh, this is so good.
Wait, was it China or I'm thinking of the one in Mongolia?
It's China.
Ours is China. It's Inner Mongolia, which is part of China.
Yes, Outer Mongolia is Mongolia.
Is that the one
Northern
with
China. Phil Curry.
Phil Curry.
It's
and,
Phil Curry and
Dale Russell.
Dale Russell.
Dale Russ? Yeah.
They
Same
briefly
one.
talk about Dinosauroid.
Uh-huh.
It's one of the best.
They have this little cartoon like
Yeah,
cutaways.
there's caricatures in there.
Well, and
Yeah.
the cartoon animation, with a few exceptions, is amazing. Like,
I've got some of those as my alerts for my office streams.
Great documentary.
Great dinosaur.
Great Dinosaur Hunt.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a Great Dinosaur Rush, one of those.
Yeah, I
think
even
it's
like
Great Dinosaur
the
Hunt,
old
yeah.
PBS dinosaurs, but I just watched that when I was a kid, so it kind of stopped.
Did you guys ever watch the one with the Aim and H crew in Mongolia?
Yeah, the Nat Geo one.
Yeah.
That's great.
With the really, really clunky CGI over Apterosaurs
So
and stuff. Where they're like,
Incredibly bad CGI.
yeah, they're doing like the hovering crawl when they walk and stuff. It's pretty, yeah.
Everybody in camp having passed
Funny, a lot of Nat Geo ones are that bad.
Yeah.
Really bad.
Krista is in that too.
Sereno's.
Sadler?
Yeah.
She went there? Mongolia?
She's in that documentary, yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
What were the two scientists' names?
Narelle and Nobu.
Narelle
Yeah.
and Novichok. I love how they were just like straight feral.
They both look identical.
Yeah.
They look like twins.
The way that they're introduced, it's like,
They're often mistaken for each other.
yeah.
What's
Like
that?
many people think they might be surfers.
These are scientists.
That's great. We've watched that a bunch of times on my channel before.
It's funny, Sereno's documentary about Sarcosuchus
Super Croc.
also has horrifically bad CGI.
Well, and
I need to rewatch that because I haven't seen it since I was a
Nat Geo
kid.
documentaries have terrible CGI.
Yeah.
and it's just like so
Really low
I understand
budget.
You have to play to your audience. But so,
Yeah.
Like it honestly would have been, they could have spent less money and had better stuff if they just used puppets or something.
Literally, yeah.
Honestly.
Like a lot of Paleo World stuff was like Dynamation stuff.
Yeah. Man, there's somebody who did like puppet animation that was actually pretty decent in the 90s. Not stop motion, but like live action puppets. And Steely Dan just watched Dinosaur! With Christopher Reeve from 1995 yesterday. Yeah, that's a good one too. I also have clips from that as some of my alerts.
yeah, I miss those old talkie documentaries. Like I like
Yeah.
Prehistoric Planet, but I miss the talk one.
I feel like quality has gone downhill for a lot of that
For
stuff
sure.
recently.
Oh,
with the talking head stuff.
And they said, if you had
Just like
spines,
paleontologists being edited out of context and stuff like that.
No, it's like things from the same.
Jurassic Fight Club and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
Spinosaurus
had one.
versus the supercroc.
They had one that was Utah Raptor in Gaston.
Could he get through the armor?
I don't remember. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, Gastonian is really armor.
Somebody had a question about the sun helmet. Yeah, free fall clash. Yeah, it's military surplus. In fact, Ken was talking about that. You said it was, what, riflery instructors?
Yeah, the rifle coaches wear those.
Rifle coaches,
In the Marine Corps.
Uh-huh. These are also worn by, like, postal workers in hot climates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tiger hunters. You fill up my bucket. Bucket? That's cool. Is it relatively empty?
It's completely.
Oh yeah.
Fill it up until you finish.
Are you about to do a little gypsum?
What's that?
Jack.
No. I'm gonna fill the bucket with rocks.
Cold water left in there, too?
Again.
Oh, you want cold water?
Again.
Yeah, I might have to pour it out there.
And again.
I filled it with bread.
I'm tired of getting smacked in the face with these big bars.
Yeah, this is cold. Yeah, cold water.
I feel like I'm in jail right now.
Alright. That should be good.
I hear that train a coming.
We're gonna take back camp.
It's rolling around the
That should
bend.
be good for now.
I ain't seen a dinosaur since 5 minutes ago.
It's getting near quitting time here.
Get out of my head.
Yeah.
That was weird.
We might stay a little bit later tonight.
Did you hear that? I was
Are you
thinking
gonna keep the show going?
you'll see it in the
Yeah, for a while, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to be cool and not act like it was crazy, you know? That was weird. Right, Ken? That was the case. That was weird. That was bizarre. We paused at the same time, too. And then, like,
So one time out with the, we were out with Keith, who's the second stage the Martha
huh.
we had drone on the massage. Go back in
Get some. Should be fun. Got wind on it. It's not gonna overheat.
Rather salted?
That road's kind of not soft over there. It's getting a little bit tough.
That sucks.
I might have to wait for another day or so to
Yeah, not
kind of break apart a bit.
Just kind of chip off little chunks.
Let it rest like you might do with some dough or something.
Oh, you're having some salt?
Yup.
Lightly
Good
salted.
for you. You need that. You need electrolytes in the morning. You need salt in there.
Do you guys look like a faucet, like a shower head? Like, I've never had so much salt on my skin in my life. There's like white, like thick layers of salt coating all my skin.
You sweating like a pig.
Yesterday I was like, today not so much.
You serious?
I'm serious, completely serious.
Huh.
It's
I was lightly salted. Like I would lick my hand and it would just taste like I just dunked my hand in salt. Awesome. Front white crust wasn't it?
I looked at him like, we salted yesterday.
Yeah, were you? Maybe it was just blue. Maybe it was
Close
blue.
my eyes, right?
Oh yeah, your eyes were bleeding.
They're pretty salty. Like salty.
like I've been covered in salt from my own sweat before, to like the point where it gets all crusty like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't been like that out here, but also.
It's my first time that's ever happened.
Really?
Yeah, I was like I'm
I mean, the
literally-
first few days I was like that with the overburden, where it was like just show up on my clothes like a crust of salt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
But I don't know if I noticed it on my skin.
Like, I would, if I got hungry, I would just lick my tongue.
As long as you're not shooting salt out of your nostrils like a marine iguana or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. That might be kind of fun.
That's not fun.
Just sneezing salt
Marine
everywhere.
iguanas risk
never
losing
taken-
homeostasis every time they want to eat.
You've never taken salt water into the
Oh, I have.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Like an Eddie pot?
Water shower. And with saltwater shower.
Yeah, scuba diving is pretty easy to do.
And Frozen Yak, he's just having a rest back there. He's fun.
All right. What are you so excited about?
On my kangaroo experience.
I hate having any kind of water in my face.
Yeah.
I'm annoying. I have my face like every like 2 minutes.
You don't like being waterboarded?
No, I don't. No, I know, but I'm saying most people like have, you know, developed some degree of
Yeah, comfortability
dealing
with
it and
getting water on your face?
just can't.
Really?
Yeah, just overreact and act like I'm drowning. So
Do you have to wear like a scream mask if it's raining outside?
no, I just have to dry off my face a stupid amount of times during showers.
Okay. That's fair.
So what do I gotta do?
I think
Fucking
we're gonna leave soon.
No.
Don't you get it out?
No, what do I gotta do to help the lab something?
Oh, just come on by. Shoot me a text or an email or Don or
$50.
$50 a day. Free.
To me, who's not related to them at all.
No, yeah, has to come on through.
PayPal.
Gotta take a
You live
cut.
in West Jordan? South Jordan?
What's crap?
That's right. Sorry.
It's like 15 minutes away.
Yeah, just come on down.
Come down 215.
I'm there usually Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Often. Friday.
At the Comedy Cellar?
Yeah, I got a show tonight at 10 p.m.
And 12 p.m.
I'm doing Rose Battle.
It's that time, I think. That's kind of like a cold
Don't worry.
spot
I don't think you're putting it on because you're afraid of getting sunburned. I know it's just because you're trying to moisturize.
You know it's I need some moisture in my skin.
Yep.
Thanks, man. You really know me, Justin. You really
there. Oh,
understand
what are
me.
you doing? Day's over. Why are you putting that stuff on?
So I don't get sunburned.
The sun's still going to be up for another
We're
several
going
hours,
to
and
be
he's
under
going to be outside.
more opaque tarp in like 20 minutes.
There's very few places out here that count as inside. Most
I
of
haven't
them.
been sunburned on this trip yet, so.
How about your back?
Nope.
Do you have a lobster back?
Nope.
You know what it does?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I've been
Peel
breathing
off
that-
yet?
Hey, dude.
Yeah, I'm back to normal.
Hey, Justin, I'm breathing that stuff in. Can you please walk out?
He's breathing it too. I mean,
I don't want to breathe it. Please walk out.
close your mouth.
Please walk out.
Nothing more toxic than sunscreen.
I feel like
30 feet
after
away from you.
earlier in the day, you may not have the room to talk about being downwind from people.
Justin, get back in here.
Yeah, I walked out every time I could. So, you should respect
No, we appreciate that for sure.
Sorry, Danny, I'll go back to it.
Sorry about the
Okay.
whatever,
Farts?
passing gas.
Yeah, it's a life process.
What are the 4 S's?
It's part of respiration.
What's that? Yeah, dude. Yeah.
And winger guarantee. I just drank a whole bunch of water. I'm good. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Hey.
Forget about it.
Ooh. That's something you know.
Where's Don DeBoo going to work on this back? Somebody,
I don't know.
maybe you can cross it.
We already have it. No, but I feel like I remember seeing 80 on the map.
You're not supposed to label it until after it's out.
Well, yeah, but not everyone knows that yet.
That's true. Well, let's check on a map then if you see an 80. Oh, sweet. Sorry. Sweet and sour sauce. Sweet and sorry sauce.
Anybody need a top off of
Sweet
cold
and
water
sorry
before it's
sauce.
over?
What was that, Phil?
That's what
Anybody need a
happens
top
when
off of cold water?
I still got plenty. Thank you.
All right,
maybe a Friday sometime, I think.
Yeah, dude. It's going down.
drink hot water. I mean, you like some cold water.
Hey, can I come help with the lab sometime?
It's only 13 hours.
Yeah.
It's just here and then 4 extra hours.
Well, it's actually faster if I go to Wyoming.
Oh, wait a
It's
minute.
funny.
You go on I-80 to get here?
No, if I went to Salt Lake. I'm
Oh,
saying
go
it's faster to take I-80
Like
than 70.
As opposed to I-70?
Yeah.
And you can speed a little bit.
Speed a little here and get away with it.
Yeah.
Grady JB says, what temperatures are you expecting after the sun sets?
High?
Yeah.
Very hot.
Whoa!
Too hot?
Man down. No fossils.
Are you dead?
Yeah, everything is copacetic.
That sounds like a bad thing. Copacetic.
My dad says that a lot.
What's that?
Good sound.
Copacetic?
Yeah.
Oh, Edward Drinker copacetic?
So that was going to be James Gandolfino.
James Gandolfini was going to play Othniel Charles Marsh.
Was that like HBO's production that
Yeah.
never happened?
And
Okay.
Steve Carell was going to play Cope.
That's
What?
good. That's good casting.
Yeah. There's going to be a comedy.
There's an 80.
That must have been Danny then. So
Danny, did you do an EW 80?
Yeah. It was already drawn on. I just give it a number.
okay.
Well, it's not listed on the spreadsheet.
Oh yeah, shoot. We need to put that on
All
there.
good. Yeah. So now yours will just be 81, and then that'll do it.
Glad you found that, Fisher. That would have been.
So confusing.
Yeah.
What?
It's about time to go back to camp.
This doesn't make sense.
You can go back, Phil.
You can head back. We'll probably be right behind it.
Okay.
Any chance of rain in the next 3 weeks, or?
In Salt Lake?
Of course not.
Salt Lake starting Tuesday is good, like 60% chance of rain.
Awesome.
You go to Salt Lake.
I'll be there.
Fossil hunting looks chill, says my shout. I don't know if that's quite the right adjective to use.
So chill. I just like dig rocks all day in the heat, dude. It's just like chill.
It's only like 106 degrees out right now.
Yeah, dude. I mean, just come out here, dude, and just like put your feet up, just chill out, and just get bones all day, dude. It's just like not that bad, dude.
They look like surfers.
I mean, it's just like so chill. It's pretty chill.
Yeah. A big part of that is just the people that you have with you, you know?
Like, we have the chillest squad on earth right now.
You got a bone, we'll dig it.
Can you dig it?
Can you run it?
Like, we got Danny and Phil, the two chillest paleo players in the world. We got Case, and Fish, and Just chilling like villains.
I totally missed the part where Ken has become Case.
It's easier. That way I don't end up being Nick. So with friends, I actually go by Casey, which Case is like a nickname for Casey. So.
Okay.
But yeah, it just every time I try to do Ken, it just ends up horribly. First it was Barbie, and then South Park, and
Or Ken Carpenter.
oh, how salty do you want to get right now?
Oh, you've dealt with the man?
Oh no, I haven't.
Maybe not on
With
this.
swords.
Yeah.
No, we're all good.
You've dealt with
And
them.
a shout out to Ken Carpenter if you're watching.
Yeah.
Hey, Ken.
Howdy, Ken. Hope you're doing well.
Just, like, had bones.
What's that? Instantly had bones, huh? He just like, oh, I'll plop down here.
I can get my gut
Instant
down
bone.
on it. I have no butt, but I got a big gut. I can plop down
Karmically,
right here.
I pay the debt for Jim to find.
Ken Burns. There you go, Mayor Space. Talking about iconic haircuts, Ken Burns.
Find bones.
Yeah, he gets his glasses
Oh no, I'm
off.
saying
he
like
gets his-
wherever you put me, there will be no bone. So I'm karmically, I'm.
You're great for
balancing out.
trenching.
But
You're great for trenching
production.
then, yeah.
You move rock.
Trenching is
That's why the T-bone was so ironic, because it kept being more and more bone, and that was the first time.
that's rough, dude.
Let's see. Flaky Koala wants to know, do you guys have a porta potty, or do you just go behind a bush?
I mean, it is portable.
What bush?
It is portable.
What bush?
Yeah, there's no plants out here.
Now we've got what the crew calls a groover. It's like an aluminum box
Pretty
into which you
disgusting,
do your poop.
Which has a toilet seat.
Yeah.
You can actually buy like buckets with the toilet seats at like
I mean, we have that for Wyoming.
thrift stores. And, yeah.
Yeah. Jim Baker's buckets. I've seen that.
Yeah.
This is awful handwriting.
There's a guy who re-edits the videos on YouTube. I forget what his name is, but they're hilarious.
Nice.
That sucks, dude.
You are so lucky that computers exist. Actually, I
What
haven't
number are
even
you on,
seen this yet.
Fish?
81.
All right.
81 bones.
Still
Just
loves-
today.
Still
Holy
loves
cow.
the number 81.
This episode of Paleontology brought to you by the number 81.
Yeah. And the temperature 107.
There's no way it's 107.
That's what the...
I don't believe it.
Feels like it.
I called it right yesterday. It was 101.
So was the temperature gauge was right yesterday, but it's wrong today?
It's not right.
It's right when it agrees with him, Danny.
What's that?
You had an ASTM calibration this year?
This is not set up for that.
Well, then it's not accurate. You can't use it in aerospace, that's for sure.
Well, fortunately, we're in aerospace right now.
Or military.
We're just a bunch of dudes digging
Bunch
up the bones.
This is just
And
NASA stuff.
This
We're
isn't
not-
rocket surgery.
Yeah.
Rocket surgery. Them bones. One up.
Yeah, apparently the temperature in Moab right now is 107.
Really?
Yeah.
How
Yeah,
about,
according to this right here.
how about Green River?
107.
Did somebody do the temperature for Green River, Wyoming? Or Green River, Utah? There's a Green River, Wyoming, and a Green River, Utah.
Yes.
These mountain states like to have a lot of copies of each other.
Yeah.
They're not
They're
particularly
both on the
close
Green
to each
River.
other. Green River,
Yeah.
Wyoming is quite far away.
I mean, but they're both related to the Green River.
They're both next. Yeah.
And that's where John Wesley Powell started.
Green River, Wyoming's got a bunch of whatever.
Was in Green River?
Well, and it's also
Yes.
got
And the Transcontinental Railroad was not
or whatever
completed,
has a lot
but they
of
took him out
Green River
anyhow with his
Formation.
boats.
Oh, right, yeah.
They
Yes.
dropped him off in
National
Green
River.
River.
What are you?
Nice.
What do we got going?
No, it's not a bone. It's some kind of bug, like really orange.
I like identifying
Yeah,
bugs.
let's put some bug.
Here, this.
It's part of the Corey entertainment.
I don't want to hurt him.
Where is he?
See that little guy right there? He's a.
Oh, interesting.
What bug do we got?
Oh, yeah. He's like a little millipede or something.
He's just very, very colorful.
Cool.
Never seen one like that.
That's Myriapondi.
I had a spider visit me earlier when I was on my stomach, and I moved him over to a different rock. Are you looking for the caterpillar?
No temperature for Green River,
Looks,
Utah?
looks like a millipede.
Oh, it's really a millipede, not a caterpillar?
89 Fahrenheit? That does not sound correct for Green River.
Totally incorrect.
That's Green River, Saskatchewan.
That's Green River, Wyoming.
You
No
can,
way.
Well, we need Green River, Utah. Yeah.
It's a larva of something.
Yeah.
Probably a beetle larva, if I had to
It's
guess.
a larva?
Oh, 102 in Green River, Utah. We already had that. Thank you, Jody Fish, for...
So we're somewhere, well, we're located geographically somewhere between Green River, Utah and Moab.
I can be pedantic, but
But we could
Yeah,
be
it's-
Let's say 104.
Looking,
If Moab's
so
107,
I
we could be
thought
107.
millipedes for a minute, but then I saw he's got a whole bunch of hairs.
I mean,
and
it
all
is.
over.
Like, that's just what the temperature was, wasn't it? Did you thermometer? So
He's just got legs up in front.
that's how you determine temperature. You find the temperature of a town 100 miles north of you and 100 miles south of you, and then you average between them. That's how you figure out
That's the one
temperature.
that Danny was working on?
I was working on it. Saw a bunch of cool insects.
And you
I didn't. I think it was.
Okay. I thought it was
multiply it by the elevation divided by Phil's yay or nay,
Phil's confidence, yeah.
determined by a 1 or a 2.
Not 0 or 1. Not binary.
You can't do divided by 0.
Oh, true.
I mean, you
in
can,
my brain,
but
as we were going, I was like, no, not 0.
no one's going to stop you.
You can try, it's infinity.
We're rebels.
Divide by zero.
Divide by 0.
It's a classic accounting trick. Dividing by 0.
And having two books, 2 sets of
Do you have the
books.
thick glue over there, Case?
Yeah.
Thick?
Can you hand that to
That's what I do. Oops, is this on tape? Is this live?
For perpetuity,
For
until
in
the end
perpetu-
of
until the end of
civilization.
I will cook the books.
Hey, bakery worker. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Good to have you here.
How you doing?
How you doing, bakery? We could really use some cookies right now.
We really could. I mean, we would just need the dough. We set them out for a little bit.
No, you guys want cookies?
Well, it's been fun because, like, over here, about here,
We have been enjoying the
uh,
Aussie Bites.
like a difference
I like
in
them.
the
There's no
rock,
chocolate.
so that the ground, not the groundwater, but the water that's come in
Okay.
and rains and
All
stuff.
right.
It's kind of like sitting here. Well, it's just like
Okay.
actually
Even
wet
though you don't
mud.
particularly like chocolate.
Yeah, so it's
Okay, there's an
it's
exception to the rule.
funny that all this is dry and then you get
Did
the
you bring
layer
Oreos?
to soak down into.
Don bought Oreos.
And I bought you a box of.
Those are gone.
Well, I only bought one box.
Thank you. Thanks for that, Phil. The Aussie Bites were good while they lasted.
It's like, those are gone. I ate them
How
and
dare
enjoyed
you
them.
remind me
Now they're gone.
of a thing I can't have
You're
anymore.
being so pouty.
Is that really kind of
The vibe,
tone that I
yeah.
have?
It is, yeah.
Slight.
Do you have a tear in your eye?
I'm thinking of it.
See, like I can come off
Oh,
as
you
way more
sneeze
arrogant
all
than I
over.
actually am just from my voice.
I was squirting thick glue and I
You
squeezed it,
sound
and then
like
it's coming
you're
out,
choosing
and the
my
entire
half
bottle
the time
came
when-
out.
Oh,
when you're
boy.
probably actually not.
No,
You
never.
sound very zesty sometimes, and I don't think you.
Very
I don't think you're trying to.
I ate them all, Phil!
Like a salad dressing.
They're gone!
Okay, it's about quitting time. We're getting nuts. So good night,
This is the
everybody.
perfect time to dig. What are you talking about?
It is. There's a nice breeze and it's 107.
We're delirious. Allow us to be delirious.
107, that's digging weather.
Yeah.
It ain't midnight. That's 85.
I can't wait to clip in this stream
Yeah.
the entire thick glue bottle exploding and me just going,
I didn't catch that. I wonder if anybody in chat saw that.
yeah, I was just, like, it looked like I sneezed, like an elephant sneeze right here.
Yeah, seriously.
But I was, you know when the thick kind of hardens in the nozzle?
Oh,
So I
man.
was squeezing a little harder to get the little
come
hardened
on,
part out,
get out.
and the entire glue bottle exploded out onto the...
Oof. Well, I mean, at least it's consolidated.
I mean, it's never...
Including the
That thing is
jacket.
never coming apart, yeah. The
I need
jacket,
an entire gallon of acetone.
the jacket is glued together. Guys, if anyone wants to walk through here, just stand on this.
What's going on?
It's not coming up.
Baker Worker. That sounds like a cool book. Oh, have you heard of this one, Fisher? A book called Wandering Lands and Animals: The Epic Story of the Drifting Continents and the Spread of Their Animals Through the Ages.
Sounds awesome.
I have not heard of that.
What
but that
date
sounds
was
really
that published? Or
interesting.
what year was that published?
I don't know.
1649.
1670.
Yeah. But yeah, biogeography, super cool and interesting
that's
stuff.
Really cool. That's
What's
what
the title
Jim,
again? Or the first few words?
Jim says.
Wandering, what was it?
continents.
Wandering Lands and Animals, the epic story of the drifting continents and the spread of their animals through the ages.
Wandering colon.
Reunite Gondwana. Now! Is that your tool or is that Ethan's?
Which one?
The shucks your knife?
It's mine.
Oh, you bought one?
Yeah.
Can you buy them like at a regular store?
You'd have to ask Danny. I just ordered the one that JP Cavagelli recommended. Cavagelli.
Cavalieri.
Yeah, there you go.
Cavaliere. Signor Cavaliere. Grazie.
Yeah, you can just get those at like a, anywhere you can buy cooking supplies, like cooking tools and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, oyster knives.
I've never seen
I've got a different kind right here if you want to see.
Yeah, if you want some variation. He doesn't like the
short and fat is nice.
He doesn't like the up.
Well, that one's been used
This
for
one
like.
looks like it. Yeah, it's been bent, right?
No, well, that's how it comes.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like the straight ones.
They're like
This one's been worn down for about 10 years, so it's.
Showing its age.
Oh yeah.
They're like
But it's
three
great.
regional variations of oyster knives. One's like a New Haven, one's a
Austin.
Delaware. And
Really?
Austin. Yeah. That's
I
the
didn't know
difference in
that.
the.
Oh,
Yeah.
I need to learn my oyster knife history and taxonomy.
I only
apparently.
know this because of JP's.
Cool.
So, Danny, there is
Yeah.
a place called the Oyster Bar in Salt Lake City, and you can order oysters from like Washington State, East Coast, California. And they serve them on a half shell.
How do they? It's like a long trip. Do they go bad in
Some
between?
water.
They claim they ship it the same day.
I bet they keep them cold.
Were you?
Yeah, I'm sure
At
they're dry ice when they ship them on the plane.
You didn't get MT.
Same thing as lobsters.
Okay, there's just somebody that you
I
reminded
think
me
lobsters
of
come
that
in
like
live.
walked.
I'm not sure
You got
if
to see
they're
the
live
Utah
or not, but I know
Raptors
the
walk
clams
the
were-
last
No,
day.
I have not seen the
Oysters
oyster
are really fresh.
Yeah.
I've been to UPOP meetings since November.
Bless you.
Never gotten back.
I'm part of WIPS, which is a Denver.
I'm really the biggest fan of eating
You guys seem
invertebrates
to
or
be
vertebrates
quite
for that
more
matter.
You're more what?
Prolific?
No, Whips, man, gives out money to like eat things.
Oh yeah. No, I just meant like as far as membership.
Yeah.
You guys have meetings like in 4 different places across the state and
5.
oh, 5.
Five
Okay.
chapters.
5 chapters. Okay.
And you have the Zoom meetings that you can tune in anytime you want, starting in September.
Yeah, I think the first time I watched one of y'all's was Ethan's
Talking what?
Tortosaurus.
Tortosaurus.
That one was a good one.
And where's that Tortosaurus from? It's from.
It's from Northwest Colorado. It was collected by Jason Cooper.
And how long ago?
20. It was probably collected in 2013, 14, sold in 2016 or 17.
No, sold, and now it's at Cincinnati
Indeed.
Museum.
Yeah.
I like it when people bring little either casts or models or props and stuff to the UPOP talks.
Yeah. Pass them around.
How did we finish all of these in one day?
Is there all
So
gone?
good.
No, there's some of them left.
Are they
Give me
all-
some of that
are
good.
they- Alright, are they like merged together?
It's like the story of the California
Yeah, that's
grizzly
what
there,
happened with
Fisher.
the little fruit snacks that I bought. They're all-
Why are they all gone?
Yeah. Why are they all gone? Where did they go?
They taste
The only one
so
left
good.
is on our flag?
They taste
Yeah.
so good.
It's honestly a sad story. I should not be joking about that.
Yeah, it's too soon. It was the 30s, man.
The blue one's gone?
Yes.
Was it 1931?
I mean, there's the
I don't know. Yeah. Somebody in chat can look that up. When did the last California grizzly
Teal.
get shot?
Teal blue green.
like a sea green.
Like Bear Lake. Have you ever seen pictures of Bear Lake?
No,
That's what it looks like.
it looks like sea green.
Turquoise.
Sea green.
Sea green. Sea green foam, turquoise,
Yeah, it's
teal.
seafoam. That's what's right.
Yeah. They're all related.
Seafoam gummy bears.
Seafoam flavored.
Lightly salted.
Eat it. What flavor is it?
The seafoam.
Oyster. Ground up oyster with
Like
sugar.
watermelon or lime, maybe?
Watermelon.
I definitely tasted some lime in that last handful.
I'm not so hot on
There's
lime.
lime. There's green apple. I feel like the
Green apple?
Okay, this is probably the watermelon one.
The watermelon should
So
be
it
reddish.
tastes nothing like a
Should be
watermelon.
red 40 or red 42.
That's a tricky one because watermelon could either be pink or it could be green, depending on.
What are you talking about?
No, I mean,
Watermelon you open up is green?
I'm talking about flavors of
candy.
gummy bears.
but usually the color is
Yeah,
oriented
inside a
with
real
what the
watermelon
fruit
is
looks
red.
Sure, but the exterior of a watermelon is green.
What's that?
like. Okay, I'll
Yeah.
give you, I'll
Make
give
it
you
eyes
that.
of
You're
one
right.
color.
So that's what I'm saying is that it's like,
It could be red or green.
yeah, you have to, as the
There's
person
matrix.
making these decisions, you got to decide.
What the CEO decided.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Damn it, it's going to be this.
Yeah.
I'm the CEO.
You mean dang it?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I did. Dang it. It's after 5 o'clock, everybody.
Yeah, Phil.
I'm just telling you that, it's after our show going on.
Yeah.
That's all right. I'm all for it. If everybody's
We're
doing-
accumulating viewers. Got 432 people watching right now.
Right now?
Yeah, right
Holy
now.
smokes.
Well, it's Saturday and it's 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Mountain.
Saturday makes
So it's
sense.
like 7 Eastern and 4 o'clock Pacific, right? Is that your main markets? Viewership?
Kind of all over the place, yeah.
I think you get a lot of East Coast and a lot of West Coast.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Yeah, paleontologizing is actually banned in the Midwest. In the flyover
Yeah, you
states.
don't want to know what I said about Nebraska that one time.
Yeah. He said it's not the best. state
Shout
in the
out to
union.
everybody from Nebraska. I love it.
Hi, Grandpa.
Hi, Grandpa.
Oh.
No, I've done streams from Nebraska. Lovely state, lovely people.
Where's the really good the Sternberg Museum? You been to that?
Kansas.
In Hays, Kansas, right?
Hayes, Kansas.
Yeah, little jewel in the middle of nowhere.
How about
Near bar chalk out there.
Yeah.
my brother?
Yeah.
Not your brother's chalk out there.
Western
Yeah.
Cheers here, Talk? Anybody need cold water? Are you doing all right?
Doing great.
How about
Thank
you
you.
guys if we need it for staying another 2 hours? I'll get it.
And it's Sunday for the Aussies right now. I forget you guys have a different schedule over there.
Different holy day in Australia.
Yeah.
What day is it? I mean, what time is it right now?
Morning?
It's got to be Sunday morning. Yeah.
What time?
I'm not sure. I'm sure Australia's got several time
Ask
zones.
somebody.
We need to know. If you're from Australia,
Yeah.
we need to know what time it is because we're going to be late.
We're gonna be very. We're gonna be
Well,
a day late.
guys, we just start walking right now if we want to get to
We'll probably be there
Australia.
Saturday, and it's gonna be Sunday.
Danny, we're digging.
We're digging.
We're digging to Australia, yeah. It's taken a while because we hit this rock
A lot
here,
of good
but we're
dinosaur
almost there.
stuff from Australia. A lot of good stuff.
I thought you said, Danny, we're digging, like, Danny, shut up and keep digging.
Danny!
Danny, damn it.
We're digging right now. It's not time for talking.
Can't dig and
You're not going
you can't
to
talk and
Australia.
find fossils at the same time.
Are you here to do paleontology or dig holes?
You got 2 options.
Where's those yellow belly lizards?
I need new knees, boys.
Why are you keeping all those poles there, Ethan? It seems pretty inconvenient.
I know, it's right where all the bones are, too.
He really just wants to chop his foot off on accident when the wind picks up.
That way they'll send me home and
Yeah.
won't have to be in the front anymore.
Ethan, are you eligible for state disability? Okay.
No, I don't have any
No
disabilities.
benefits?
No.
You have to work how many hours, or no, maximum how many hours a week can you work?
Maximum 26.
Okay. With no benefits.
Yeah, this is a little personal.
This is how people get into paleontology.
Yeah.
Why don't you
This
tell
is
the
true.
story?
Yeah.
You're like gonna go to a
Come out here and dig. No benefits.
well, he's going to a good college.
106 degrees.
107.
Thank you.
96
106.
degrees in the shade. Kinda hot. Oh, yeah.
This is an inside joke I missed.
That's a song.
Oh, okay.
My
Yeah.
band called Third
Third word.
World Man. It's like Wayne's World, but Third World.
Mhm.
In the shade.
It's a really good song. Like,
It is.
I unironically really like
Oh.
that song.
10,000 soldiers on
job, Morgan.
parade.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was here for that. Okay. Now I remember.
You know, when it gets hot, we forget things. You know?
When it gets hot, hotter than 96, it's never quite that cool when you're living in the sticks.
Then you trolled us with the dinosaur one, Danny.
Oh, yeah. I played the Diggin' in Dino Land song.
Digging in Dino Land.
You guys one by one are like, wait, what? Did you say dinosaur? Maiasaura, what?
These guys know all the dinosaurs. 10,000 dinos.
This niche genre.
Got
even more niche now.
assemblage.
Paleontology recipe.
But yeah, so for context for everybody watching and thinking that we're going insane, probably correctly.
We certainly are.
Delirium.
We were listening to Jaw Morning on,
KZMU.
was it KZMU?
Is it Moab's local
Yeah.
or something?
Crazy IU.
9.1.
Yeah, which was last
Sunday.
Last
Sunday.
year, yeah, last
Sunday.
year.
Sunday. We'll see if we can catch it tomorrow, I guess. Yeah, but it's the reggae, probably 9 to noon, something like
Reggae
that.
station.
And it ended, and we were playing it through my phone, so I surreptitiously pulled up a reggae song that's about digging dinosaurs, and just played that immediately afterward. And everybody, just jamming out to some reggae tunes, and suddenly what? Pteranodon, huh? Not a dinosaur, but you know what I mean.
That's a dinosaur mom.
Yeah. And at today, hey, they say, oh, hey, something worth watching on Twitch. Where? What do you mean?
Let's get the
What channel's
Raiders.
that?
Get the Raiders going.
Yeah. How goes it in my favorite stream? I don't know, at today. You'll have to tell me. But we're doing okay here. Welcome. How are you doing? Yeah.
Nice blind canyon you got going there. Bottom?
Big
All
ball.
right, that should be it.
Yeah, that's what use all day long. Take it from me. Some pieces that
Well, he knows that. He's just saying he didn't know we had a big bottle of it.
Refill. Yeah. There's Jim.
All right, we're back
All right,
on.
we got the state paleontologist Jim Kirkland coming in.
Yep, and we're back on now.
We'll talk to Jim.
Hello.
Ask him how his day was. The Makos.
I'm delirious if I am interacting.
So sorry about that. The unit overheated and should be working again now.
Hey Jim, you want
Got it
Jim,
in
you
shadow.
Want cold water? Are you okay?
I wouldn't mind something cold.
All right, I'll get you something cold.
So, how you guys doing?
Good.
Doing well.
We had a visitor today,
Yeah?
a lady named Sarah Kelly from the BLM.
BLM
Moab.
Ranger.
In Moab?
Yeah, she just came out to see
Cisco.
what's going on.
Good.
Sounded like she wanted to get out of the office.
Yeah, take a ride.
Yeah, and we're online right now too. Still going.
Screaming.
Hello, gang.
Yeah.
We've been out scouting the Mako Shale.
Find anything good?
Now we found, places where we can study the rocks.
You want a cold one?
Ice water.
Okay. I got water.
Yeah, it's not really ice.
It's cold. It's cold.
Colder.
It's cold.
Oh,
You guys need to do some mangoes tomorrow too?
yeah.
Nice.
Tomorrow we'll go up in the Green River area.
Today
Nice.
you were at the state line?
Yeah. Just over Colorado most of the time.
Yeah, Rabbit Valley.
To the north. Yeah, up to into the Book Cliffs,
Book Cliffs, yeah.
Prairie Canyon.
There's a road that you took up there?
Yeah, there's a lot of roads.
Yeah.
We're drilling for oil and gas all over the place. Yeah. It's access to some of that stuff's not bad.
Yeah. Did Rebecca work over there a little bit? Or John?
Yeah, they did some stuff there.
Okay.
I'm not sure where they got that Zafactinus, but that's a Mako's thing. That was a real nice giant fish skull.
So where's that at? Fuda?
Yeah, it's in the museum there. Fuda. They got a plesiosaur from up there.
Ah.
He climbed up to the hadrosaur site.
DYU?
No, the hadrosaur site. I'm a co-author on that one.
The Makos one?
Yeah.
The one with
I
John
was trying to
Foster.
see. Was John on that?
I think it was you and John, wasn't it?
No, the main guy was Spencer Lucas.
Okay.
How
Yeah.
long ago did you do the
But it's at the museum, west of Colorado.
How long ago was the paper?
That could probably be redone. Or at least look
10
at
years
again.
ago? 15 years ago?
Oh,
20 years ago?
it was excavated in like early 90s.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it was excavated in the 80s.
And there wasn't BYU?
Because I did the original strat work out there for those guys in 89. And that was when I raised the money to finish my dissertation. That was a while ago.
So we got a big jacket going there. This one is red. But that's going to be a big mix of bones, like
It'll be like this long, and like this wide. Pretty chill.
Sweet.
Are we live?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep, good fossils. Yeah, marine stuff. We're looking at marine fossils. Baculites.
Oh, you saw baculites?
Yeah, we brought one back.
Are
Probably
they,
baculate smooth form.
Jim, are they legally considered invertebrates? That can be
Yeah, they're invertebrates.
that can be collected.
Yeah.
I'd like to have a baculite so we can go and see one.
I'm not sure we'll see one. I'd like to get some of these into the collection that we're trying to get them into a museum.
No, that's the first priority. I'm not trying to steal anything. But if you got an extra one, I'll take it.
No, there's a lot of them in places. But we're working with Josh Lively to build a comprehensive Mancos invertebrate collection. Because there isn't one in the Four Corners States anymore.
What about all the Kevin Byland ammonites at BYU?
That's just ammonites.
Yeah,
There's four fossils.
that's a huge collection.
Yeah. But we're trying to make one place all taxa.
Clams, everything.
Mm-hmm. Yep, the Dinosaurids, ammonites. Kevin's working with him too.
Oh, he is?
Oh, yeah.
He's helping him get ammonites.
Yeah, he found a Tylosaurus. He sent over to him.
Found a Tylosaurus while he's doing it?
Oh, yeah.
Jim, could I have you maybe talk for a minute about what the Mancos is and why it's important? Yeah, for all the viewers at home.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Well, as you all know, we're in the early Cretaceous here.
Uh-huh.
And if you go just to the rim behind here, it's the Natarita Formation. And above the Natarita, that's the beaches, in the scour for when the Western Interior Seaway invaded this part of the world.
Mm-hmm.
And here, where the Seaway came in, the reason it comes in all the way across Utah is mountain building in western Utah and Nevada. Huge mountain range, snow-capped, at least in the time when the Seaway was here.
And Jim, that's called
Well, the severe orogeny, and there are probably multiple different mountain ranges. Those are real big. They kind of refer to it as the Nevada Pano, because it's a huge uplifted area. And basically, the weight of those mountains caused a great deal of subsidence. So above this Natarita Formation that's really not too far from us, we travel 13 miles, 15 miles across this valley, and it's all marine. It's because of the dip of the rocks, but good drive. It takes you 20 minutes to drive across this section of rocks of the Manco Shale before you hit the beaches when the sea retreated. And right here we've got over a mile vertical of marine mud.
Shoot.
With ammonites and inosaurids, it spans like 25 million years. Plesiosaurs, mosasaurs, giant fishes. It was a big, healthy seaway. And a couple times the sea came in, the sea went out, the sea came in. But this sequence behind, and you've probably seen this, I'm sure Danny showed you the book Cliffs. That sequence goes all the way from Price, Utah to Montrose, Colorado. And it's probably one of the greatest cross-sections of a retreating, stable coastline on the planet.
That's pretty
cool.
cool.
If you're drilling for oil on the Gulf, offshore oil, you're looking for these kind of environments. So here you got the outcrop, and there you're looking at it down the hole of a well.
So like a modern environment.
This is one of the great educational areas. Oil companies from around the planet come to study these sequences of rocks in the book Cliffs.
Because they can basically see on dry land what they would see in modern environments offshore.
Yeah, and it's under the sediment. They drill down 4 or 5 miles to hit it. But it's where a lot of the oil and gas, all those oil rigs off the Gulf Coast are all in that kind of environment.
Jim, what is the capping rock that's typically in petroleum producing areas? Is it sandstone or limestone?
No, sandstone's generally a reservoir. A capstone is just something that's impermeable.
Like what?
It could be shale, it could be salt. There's a lot of different things.
Okay, so
It just has to be impermeable. The water or oil or gas can't go through it.
so we don't incidentally have that here, do we?
Well, this is all exposed.
But is there a cap rock?
Well, when they're fracking, they frack the mancos a lot. There's organic carbon in the mancos, and the mancos itself, holding oil and gas, organics within it, is kind of self-sealing. That's why they frack it. And of course, fracking in particularly shallow environments can be really pretty dangerous to your water supplies. If you're doing it 5 miles deep, it's not as big a thing. But as they do it a lot, it can start causing local earthquakes, as we've seen. Yeah. So it's, but it's the only way you get the organic fuels out of the mancos in large volume.
Is that hydraulic fracturing?
Yeah.
You get petroleum, Jim?
What's this?
You get petroleum?
Oh yeah, and gas and oil.
And gas.
Yeah. But the only way you get it out of this stuff is frack it. But they're also drilling this stuff to look at the frontier and the Cedar Mountain, actually, in the subsurface as a place to store CO2.
Yeah.
They're thinking about, because the mancos is so impermeable to gases and whatnot because of the nature of these shales, that if you pump down incredible volumes of CO2, it's going to get trapped in there too.
So like carbon sequestration is the idea,
Yeah.
Huh.
So we've got a major project through the Utah Geologic Survey. And one of the things I've already put dibs in is when they core the Cedar Mountain, we get to study the core. And my colleagues like Selena Marina Suarez.
Okay, cool.
Because there's very few research cores of these rocks.
What would you hope to learn from that, from looking at a research core like that?
Well, we could see paleosols and things that haven't been weathered at all.
Carbonates and isotopes.
Yeah, it'll be a real interesting thing to see.
That's really neat.
Because things start weathering, like 50 feet down as they're exposed. So to really get something pristine, you have a research core, and a big research core can be 6 inches in diameter.
Shoot.
And they'll drill it at an angle, so everything can be oriented. So you do it at a 45-degree angle, at 6 inches in diameter. You know the orientation. You can do dip and strikes. You can, do paleomagnetics in it.
Cool.
So
do
Jim,
all kinds of things.
They did that at Petrified Forest, right?
Yeah.
National Park.
Yeah, and they're going to do it down St. George in Warner Valley, Sand Mountain.
Warner Valley, Sand Mountain?
Yeah, the stuff we're working on St. George.
Yeah.
You're going to drill the entire Triassic, the early Jurassic through Triassic system. Well, that'll be a nice $10 million project, I expect.
So you need volunteers to check out the core, to help with the coring.
Yeah, I'm not in charge of that at all. It's Paul Olson at Lamont Doherty Earth Observatory, and probably Selena Suarez, who's our buddy. But that deep crustal, drilling program, pure research, looking at the Triassic-Jurassic boundary.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
And Selena
it's
Suarez
really exciting.
is,
And they did it at Petrified Forest, too.
Yeah.
That was the first one.
Selena Suarez is one of the 2 people that Gemini Raptor is named for, right?
Oh, yeah.
Her sisters, Selena and Marina Suarez.
Yes.
Gemini Raptor Suarezorum.
Yep, the twin raptors.
Yeah. Some of you might remember Selena and Marina from the Utah's Dinosaur Graveyard documentary that Jim also stars, and we've watched that live on stream before a number of times, and yeah,
I'm real pleased with that show because
it was great.
Shows the methodology, how we figure things out, and that's rarely shown. Let's just show them the dinosaurs,
right? Just take their word for it,
Yeah, just take their word for it. This is what's going on. And I think it's more useful to say, how did we get there?
Yeah. And that's what these broadcasts are all about. Yeah.
Yeah, because basically if you're going to make decisions, you need to know the thought process. It isn't all just hearsay. Oh, yeah, I think this is going on here. That's good enough because I thought about it.
Thought experiment.
But yeah, it's toasty today.
107, Jim, and Corey.
Yeah, the highest we got was 101. In the vehicle, we were doing a lot of scouting, but he climbed up to the hadrosaur site.
Oh, nice.
Is that on top? Is that the top? Is it top of the book?
No, it's down in the mancos.
Okay.
Float and bloat.
Hadrosaur in the mancos, so not named yet.
It's been described.
Oh, that's
probably it might be a Chris Davis, but it's a Brachylophosaurus.
Oh, cool.
Animal, juvenile, but it's most of the skeleton, including skull elements.
Nice.
And it washed well offshore.
And where is it currently located?
Museum West Colorado. And you know, when they excavated that, and then they started poking around and found the pliosaur, they hired me to go in there and do the stratigraphy, and then we found two mosasaurs. They haven't been dug up yet. So Josh Lively might end up going after them.
Very nice.
Yeah, these rocks are sharp in my back.
After which specimens you found?
The two mosasaur skeletons we found doing the section.
Nice.
There's a lot of stuffed vertebrates in that area.
One new one, I guess.
But it's just over. We drove over into Utah over the rim. You know, there's a big, huge pediment.
Chips,
And
thanks, dude.
I don't know, 30 mile, 40 mile stretch. It's just grasslands. You know, big slope coming off of the cliffs. So, well, we can't do any work on these rocks, you know, eastern Utah. You know, but just across the state line, we have a real nice sequence. So, anything new and exciting? I know you got lots of stuff.
Mostly just working on the bones we've already found.
Yeah, just trying to get those out.
So we got a few gypsums out today, and we've just been trenching inward here to get these out.
Potential skull bone.
Yeah, we found something that could be a little skull bone, maybe even a iguanodon, maybe post-orbital or something. But that's been capped already.
Yeah, I'd love to see nasal.
Me too. We got a premax, maxillary, dentaries, nasal, or premaxillary rather.
You said that's stuff that we found so far?
No, just in general from the skull. Iguanodons?
Oh yeah, we got a lot. There's only a couple elements we're really missing.
Of this iguanodon?
From the skull, yeah.
These animals, yeah, as I said, we had like at least 20 animals.
From all over Golden Spike?
Yeah, all over this area.
Okay, but this is another one, and you've got some good
And there's probably more than one animal here, too.
Yeah, sure.
As an individual, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's an iguanodont bone bed with a bunch of other animals with it. You know, because we always keep popping up theropod stuff and you know, ankylosaur stuff and sauropod right behind us. And so there's other things, but the iguanodonts are vastly dominant. And what's neat is the complete growth series from your really young animals to probably pretty close to full adults.
That's exciting. Yeah.
And there'll be, you know, a lot of work looking at the growth history of this thing.
Some people might do histology cross-sections?
Oh, absolutely. Already there's been a lot of histology done on this thing. Unfortunately, the work was never completed. But the material,
That's a shame.
But the slides exist. They're at the University of Utah Museum.
Are they accessible so we could publish on them in the future if you wanted to?
In the future, yeah.
Nice.
I mean, they're still kind of holding it on if this person might ever get back into another dissertation program.
Gotcha, yeah.
But that program, you know, kind of crashed and burned. So, you know, but, you know, who knows? Some, you know, may get back into it. But the material's all preserved.
Nice.
And
That's
we molded all the limb bones that were cut.
Yeah.
I mean, Don DeBlue did that. So we put a lot of effort into helping that person out. So we wanted to see this good science done on it.
Where are these molded elements at?
Well, all the bones are at the University
No, the
of
molded
Utah.
ones that you
The molds at the University of Utah too, because they're chopped up the bones.
Right.
Yeah, and we might have the molds in our lab still. No, I'd love to see us do a mounted skeleton of this animal.
A little bit? Sure. I got to grab my... Well, yeah, I got cold water for the glass.
So anyway, you guys going to go to 7 again?
We'll see. I'm planning
You folks ready?
I'm going to cap this thing and...
Another 4 or 5 hours
Yeah,
of
seriously.
live streaming, watching the paint dry in the quarry.
The people in England are going to bed. It's past midnight.
Oh yeah.
Not the real ones. Not the real ride or die.
Not the hardcore.
Hardcore people like Sue, who tunes in at 2 a.m. for a Utah meeting. Sue.
Yeah. Is Sue watching?
I don't think so.
I don't think so, no.
No.
Maybe she doesn't know about it.
Yeah, she might not.
She's worked in Utah for 21 straight years.
Holy cow.
Coming from England.
Oh, well. We've got a Brit reporting in. Still up. Still watching. Knifey Spoony. Thank you for being here. Good to have you.
Lightly spooning?
Knifey Spoony. It's a Simpsons reference.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're looking at some units that are tricky to deal with in these rocks. But
Doesn't
that's
everything
where you get money.
Jim, other than sandstone,
Grant
does it
money,
all
not
look the
money,
same?
money.
Oh, there's a lot going on. Teaching at Colorado Western University.
In Gunnison, Colorado.
Gunnison.
Is the blue jug down here?
Any water. will
Camera
do.
overheat again.
Dude, it's on the other side.
Here, let me move this.
Let's go back to camp.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
if there's any water in that Aquafina bottle, you can use that. Or you can use the Eagle
I got a
water.
little bit right here.
I don't know if we're on right now or not.
You can use some.
Let's see, we're back? Okay, yeah, camera overheated again. As the sun goes down,
Thanks, man.
these shade tarps are not as good at keeping it off of the equipment. So I gotta put this in shadow.
So
I'll
did
just
I
set
hear
this-
right? It's supposed to be cooling down now.
Phil was saying.
What's that?
That's supposed to get cooler now.
Well,
That's
as the sun goes down, like, we're
No,
getting
no,
direct
well,
sunlight on the
3 days.
equipment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you mean, Jim.
The
Yeah.
weather.
Yeah, let's hope it gets cooler.
Yeah. No, this is pretty hot for this late in the summer.
Oh yeah, watch. There's
Although we're expecting a huge heat dome over the American Southwest
Yeah.
over the next,
Are you into like petrology?
oh, I don't know, throughout August, I guess.
What's this?
Massive heat dome expected over over the Southwest.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's your.
We might catch like the edge of it up here, but
I forgot where.
haven't helped those people down in New Mexico and Arizona. Phoenix, it's supposed to be like ridiculously
hopefully
hot.
We'll see relief in Florida on the ocean.
Yeah, shoot.
There's never.
I've seen pictures.
Degree temperatures in the ocean. Nuts.
Oil tank.
All the coral is gone.
Bees and water.
Really? Not Edmonton?
Some grad students will probably get funded to go look at the damage for their thesis.
Yeah.
But it's going to be bad.
Really? Up finals there?
Florida Keys, all our own reef.
Yep.
Our only U.S. reef.
Well, warm water reef at least.
What's this?
I think there's some cold water reefs up in Alaska, aren't there?
Yeah, but I mean, nothing like
Yeah, well, yeah.
real reef.
No, not nearly as charismatic.
Cold, yeah, they're just a little biostone.
I know what you're saying. Don't do it.
Oh, but it's reef. It's biostone.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's an oyster bed.
Well, where is the oil tar sands?
It's not coral.
It's north of Edmonton? 4 hours north. Are you getting close to Northwest Territories?
Yeah, sort of. I guess.
Okay.
All right, Morley says, "How goes the dig?" It goes well. Thanks for being here.
Where's
Yeah.
the cameras? Move. Can they see through the wire mesh that's...
Yeah, I think it's looking around. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know.
we can move the wire mesh. We're not using it right now.
It's not super opaque,
Okay. Oh!
but thanks.
You guys
Toasty.
want to start taking down tarps while I cap this so we can get out of here sooner? Okay. This, I mean, it's what, 6:30? 6 o'clock?
6:10.
Not too bad.
Yeah, I figured you guys would still be out here. Now Don's not around to blow the get out of the quarry valve.
Everybody out! Get the tarps down!
Oh my
All right. It's probably about time for me to wrap this up anyway. Yeah.
Good night.
Watch, we'll get a huge raid just as I'm trying to
Thanks,
wrap
Raiders.
up, like yesterday.
Well, certainly the time of day.
When did you get your tarps?
I started collecting them when I was 25.
All right. Well, everybody, thanks for sticking with us, even as the equipment overheated and various other technical difficulties. It's been great having you here, and I hope you've enjoyed this. Hope you've learned something. Hope you're inspired to spend some more time outside, maybe away from your screens and everything. But let's see who else is on Twitch right now, and we'll go ahead and do a raid. Put this over my shoulder, free up one of my hands. There we go. That's how it's done. Let's see, who else is on at the moment? Mikey is on. Let's see. Yeah, let's go raid Ninja Warrior competition. Now let's go raid Astro Canuck, why don't we? Yeah. Doing some science-related stuff there, I think. My channel, chat. Raid Astro Canuck. There we go. Excellent. Yeah. Well, thank you for being here, everybody. Thank you for your viewership. Thank you for your enthusiasm and for your questions. And thank you, maybe most of all, for your financial support. That's the only reason I can do this at all, is because of your support through subscriptions and bits and raids and stuff like that too. So we're going to be digging again tomorrow and streaming also. So, yeah. Tune in then. That might be my last stream for the next couple days. We might be taking Monday off, actually. So I might not be doing a stream on Monday. So, yeah. Catch it tomorrow and then on Tuesday afterward. But thanks for being here, everybody. Yeah. We're going to go raid into Astro Canuck. So, hope to see you tomorrow. And thank you for everything. All right. Bye-bye.